Here through every play. Working.
Testing.
You can hear it, right? You heard my voice come on.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Testing. See?
No, there you go.
Mute audio up there, so now it's fine. So it'll work on the YouTube. I won't go live till I have it in place because this random murmur will sound bad. So Aman, you can have a seat. Your microphone's here. So Aman, there's no off button.
Not catch up, but I can actually do it aram se. Yeah, multitask. Thank you. Oh yeah, by the way, today is India versus Pakistan. If you guys are interested in seeing that scorecard, it's in Dubai. It's summer 19 YouTube. Last time I remember India was playing Bangladesh in the semi-final last year, and UAE played, I think it was Pakistan, and somehow UAE played Bangladesh. Look, we got commentary for once. Do we have one more walkie-talkie? I need the striker's name because I'm doing scoring plus commentary.
Oh, okay.
So I can't even see the board from here.
You practice speaking the mic in there, only hear what it sounds like.
Testing. Yep. Okay.
That's very impressive. You doing it? Big jump.
Look at this. This plus this. Commentary plus scoring.
What is it? Oh,
Scoring.
scoring. You're scoring it?
I'm doing this.
I should pay you. Lots.
So, welcome one and all. We're at the Hong Kong Cricket Club. It is a derby today between the Hong Kong Cricket Club Nomads and the Gap Ramblers. The news from the centre was the Nomads won the toss and they've elected to go in and have a bat. Normally, we would say in the circumstances we would like to bowl to see the target, but they've done that unusual thing that can we put runs on the board and challenge the opposition. It's going to be a thrilling encounter, I tell you, or something like that. The captain of Nomads, Connor Hickey, when he hits it, it goes a long distance. And this game is up for something, surely. Matters is just a brilliant captain. Hickey, we know his aggression towards the game. So it's the Iceman versus the Ring of Fire. So here we are. And I believe the captain is actually opening today. So, yeah, we're in for a thriller. A few young people in the team, by the looks of Shiv Mathur, and then we take a look at Aryan Chandramani and Keshav Mathur making his debut today. So, yeah, quite a few names that are new, and they are promising youngsters for the Cricket Hong Kong to look out to, and they can produce stuff that probably the olders would like to learn from them. So, exciting prospects today.
Hey, how you doing? Glorious. Yeah.
So it's going to be Matt Rossley on strike, Connor Hickey at the other end, and Mohsin Khan with the new ball. Got a slip in place. And here we go. Let's play, says the umpire. First ball of the derby. Down the leg and just hit to mid-off. And it's a dot to begin proceedings. A very energized team in the Gap Ramblers. They seem to be ready and pumped for this competition. Rossley
Just seeing the first ball off his pads and just assessing the wicket. This time Fuller. And a very good job from Shiv Mathur. He stops a certain single. As I said, quite energized in the field over here. And the first over will just have to be seen out. They have to see how the wicket plays out and assess conditions. And from there on, it should be quite an easy task for the Cap Ramblers as they move on in this 35 overs. Fuller again. Back to Shiv Mathur. Already we are in the first over and Shiv Mathur has been in action twice. How much pressure? Oh, now we've got a field change here. Mathur has gone out. Interesting move. My apologies, he's removing his jacket. Not a bad idea. I mean, it's so hot. It's a lovely weather today. Oh, that's a beauty. That is an absolute ripper. It swung back in and just beats the edge, but it doesn't have any bat on it. Beauty to begin, and this is what Mohsin Khan can do. He's showing viewers today what he can do. He's showing the commentators as well as the scorers what he can do. Just keep the line and length right, roundabout off stump, outside off, and you get the edge, and that's it. Down his legs, clipped away for the first runs here for Cap Ramblers, and it will come with a boundary. Deep square leg, couldn't get there. There was no deep square leg, but it goes out to that fence. So, as we saw in the first two deliveries, it was straying down that leg side, and now on the fifth delivery, he's just said, right, I'm in the action here. I've seen 4 deliveries. I've had enough. So first runs come through a valiant boundary here. I wonder what is next. Again straying down the leg. And deep third comes in. And it will be signal wide. So it will get the big man on strike. As you see Rory Keynes here near the score box. But it gets the big man on strike in corner Hickey. He really is a hitter. I tell you, one ball short, it's going probably into the Chater Tavern. Watch out. Mohsin Khan, watch out. Bowl with good length. Full and just driven off. So it finishes the first over well. 6 without loss. That'll bring in the new bowler for the second over. Looks like Stuart Tohill is going to come on. He's got a deep point. Nobody round the leg side. Just the one man out at deep point, and now we can see a little change here. We've got a deep find, so 2 out, deep find and deep point. Very experienced lad is Stuart Tohill. A good over for the Nomads, 6 without loss. It's pretty good. And it'll get Rossley back on strike, remember. So here we go for Mr. Tohill. And it's out. There to the man who's sweeping. Dot. Rossley just seeing the pitch again and just sort of making use here. Now it's a full ball driven to mid-on. Good stuff from Rory Keynes. Doesn't let it go from him. Really, really good fielding to begin. Another dot. So for viewers, projected score right now at 140 because they're going at 4 per over, but things can change. It's still early proceedings. Driven and through! This could be the one run to get Connor Hickey back on strike. The big Connor Hickey. A spinner to Connor Hickey, and now you're looking and you're thinking, right, this could be the over he's going to go after. Never know how things go after him. You never know when he switches his mode. You never really know, but we're going to find out in due course. Maybe he may also want to see out the wicket for the first 6 balls of his innings and then tee off. Let's have a look. Nice delivery. Drives it down, and it's another dot to finish out, so 7 without loss after 2. So they'll continue with Mohsin Khan, the bowler. Going over the wicket to Rossley here. Good contest, a left-hander to left-hander. I mean, this is brilliant. This is a contest I like to see. You can understand each other, find runs, find wickets. Again, strays down that leg side. I think the line and length is what he's got to worry about slightly here, does Mohsin Khan. He's got to probably get that outside edge, off stump, outside off. That's what really matters. And as for the Nomads, they're striking at 3.23 per over, so they'll probably look to get back to that 6 and over mark where they were. But yeah, that's to be seen in the latter half of what we're going to have. Full, driven, and a really well cut off. As I said, this Gap Ramblers side, they are not shying down. They are energized and pumped. The keeper, totally pumped. Just see the body language at the start of this game, and you feel that something's got to give in this over already. Well defended. So I think Rossley actually doing that sort of thing of looking at the wicket, seeing it out. He's faced 12 balls, got a boundary to his name. I mean, he pretty much knows how this wicket is going to play out later if he lasts long. But yeah, he's just seeing it early doors. I mean, 2.3 overs down, you're just looking at the wicket and just seeing it. And then when you have a good feeling, you'll start switching your mode and tee off. Ah, there goes an appeal. It is going down leg, says umpire. Pretty... We can't say from here, I mean, but... yeah, I think... survival. And I said something has to give. Here we go. We had a nice appeal. Now Connor Hickey, after seeing something that nipped back in, and is a leg by, and you have an appeal. Are you going to switch the mode, or are you going to just stay as you are at this point? Never know with Connor Hickey, he's got tricks. He sees it off. Wait is the call. It was a pretty nice one. I've got to say, that is a really nice way of calling between you and your partner. Immediately told him, wait on. Really good communication. Top stuff from Connor Hickey, already leading by the front. And I think after 2 more balls, if we have a problem here already. 3rd over. What are you looking at, umpires? Oh, the ball. Oh, no, not this. Something on that seam. You don't want to see issues already early doors. Mohsin Khan has come back really well. I can tell you that. He's really, really come back well. Given just 6 of his 11 balls. Connor Hickey facing his 5th ball. And an appeal! This one looks more adjacent, but no, says umpire. Might be a bit too high. End of the over. 8 without loss. After 3. Are they going to continue with the veteran, Stuart Tohill? Or are they going to go to somebody else? No, it is going to be Stuart. I think that's a good call by the... Great call by the captain to continue with the veteran. Rossley on strike. He got proceedings started. Then we had a leg by. So he's the man leading for the runs. Drives it down. I mean, I've not seen the pitch today, but it looks like it's playing slightly slow, or either they're just trying to take their time. Never know. I mean, I haven't had a look today at it myself, as I said. Very good. Because here we have a good system in Hong Kong where we let the kids play on the Astro, and so the toss wasn't even conducted on the turf, it was conducted near the scorebook board. Pretty good. Let kids go for about their work, and that could be 2 runs if you run hard. Shiv Mathur has a brilliant arm. I can tell you that. You don't take him on. Anything that goes to Shiv Mathur's hand, you don't want to take him on at all. You're just risking your chances. I think Connor Hickey has that prior knowledge. He's played with Mathur many times in the Optimists. He's played with him in Saturday League. So inside knowledge about how he is a great fielder and a great batsman as well. Nah, this was the man I was saying. Is it going to be a wicket? Oh, it was a great chance. But it will. He's done a great stop, this Jack. He's just given 2 there, but it was nearly a catch. Connor is underway. He flicked his switch on the 6th delivery. It was nearly that wicket. Oh, how Ramblers are going to think, oh, this was our chance. This was it. He goes straight. Now Rory in action. Again, bounces short. As I said, he is dangerous, Connor Hickey. Here you go. Here you go, viewers. You are going to see something special today. It is coming off the middle of the bat, but the boundary size might just be a bit too big. That's down the leg side, so it'll be a wide given. So the score now at 13 without loss, projected at 118. They're going at 3.9 and over. Ooh, good start here, I think. Rossley defends it, but will get a single because there's deep point. Nobody inside. So it finishes that over. 14 without loss. So again, we're going to have Mohsin Khan. The incredible Mohsin Khan. Beautiful bowler, left armour. Rossley, left-hand batsman. I told you, I mean, this is a contest which is fascinating when you have a left armour to left-hand batsman. It really, I think it kind of benefits the bowler thinking about the edge. Batsman, does he get a bit confused? This was full, this was straight, but it hasn't got the elevation that was needed. What a game we have in prospect over here. Beautiful weather here at the Hong Kong Cricket Club. We were told it is going to touch 16 degrees. In the morning it was freezing cold, I can guarantee you that. But it's just come to be with the sun. So it's a great afternoon for some cricket. Down the leg side again. And Connor was off and running. He said, yes, I want to run. And he got it. Clear communication. Clear single, no run out. And that's what the Nomads want early doors. They want them to play at least 15 overs together. And then see out the pitch and probably give some inside knowledge to whoever's coming in at 3. Now Connor Hickey will turn the switch on in the last over. I wonder, is he going to take on the Mohsen Khan? I mean, he's left-hander. So is he going to go for it? Oh, Connor is off. Trouble. And an appeal for a run-out. Clear communication. We were talking about this. Connor Hickey, he was off. He said, I won the single. And Rossley was like, no, mate, I don't think the single was on. What are you on about? So at least Rossley stood ground, but I think Connor's got to give it to Rossley there. Rossley had a good view of what's happening, and it was his call. So probably a bit of a bad start for Connor with that, but otherwise he's been brilliant, I think. Early doors. There you go, he just drives it for a single. This time it's your call, Mr. Hickey. And he will get it. So now we've got Connor on 4. We've got Rossley on 7. Few extras makes it 16 without loss. Left-armer, left-hand batsman. Brilliant. Fascinating. Anything full, it's going to go. It is going to go. And the man over there, Shiv Mathur, he's got to be a bit careful. The ball is coming his way. I can guarantee that at some point. This time driven. Covers there. Really good. Energetic again in the field. I can't emphasize this more. They've been energetic and they continue to be energetic in the field. Putting the pressure on the batsman, not allowing those singles, will false errors where the batsman is going to have a miss hit. It's just a matter of time for the miss hit. If you bowl short, then you can't ask for a miss hit. You're going to say bye-bye to the ball. Full driven Shiv Mathur in action. There you go. I did tell you that. He does well to not let the ball go to the boundary. 16 without loss. Who's going to have a ball? Oh, Mr. Tohil. Why not get action with Stuart Tohil? Let's give him 3 overs, says the captain. Rightly so, skipper. But Connor Hickey in the last 2 deliveries of his last over looked to clear the boundary. I wonder, is he going to do that again? Does he look to keep doing it? That is the question. When is Connor Hickey going to clear the boundary? I'm just quite interested and fascinated to know that. We'll see. He tries to go for it. He misses. Now another problem here with the running. Oh, how nice of you, Connor. That is seriously nice and sportsmanship at its best. They bumped into each other and sorry was the very first thing he told the bowler and asked him, is he okay? That is sportsmanship, I tell you. Proper stuff from Connor Hickey here. Rossley gets it fine. There is a short fine, so that's okay. You can afford a single. So it's okay. And the Cap Ramblers side, they wouldn't be too disappointed with that. That Rossley's faced 22 balls, scored about 8. But Connor Hickey, if he's reading the scoreboard, he's going to go for it anytime now. There you go. The chance. And the wicket falls. There you go. Trying to flick the switch. And a simple catch to short third. So, brilliant start here for the Ramblers. We did say that they're energetic, and they've proven it with the catch. The fielder was scared. Curry. Oh, now we have an appeal here. The umpire again says, no, sir, it's not out. The new batsman, George Loop, by the way. Just letting our viewers know. A lot of pressure on the Nomads now. They've lost Connor Hickey, who can probably give you the best possible start. You've lost him in the 6th over. What was that, Connor? I can tell you something. I've played with him 1 or 2 games, and he will throw his bat in the dressing room and throw his bat saying, I play this shot every single day in the nets. It comes off, and today on the most important day, it didn't come off. Another slight appeal, but I think it was just to keep the batsman nervous. End of the over, 6 gone, it's 18 for 1. So Mohsin Khan to get his 4th over in. Bowled pretty well, I think. 3 overs, 7 for none. Yeah, why not give him a 4th? Seriously, he's bowled really well as Mohsin Khan. And this confuses the right-hand batsman. I mean, I've seen a lot of it in the nets when we train. The right-hander against a left-arm bowler. That's confusing. Where will he bowl the ball? If it's short, you can see it. But if it's on the off stump, middle stump, you never know. I mean, this is a trick they have. With the right-hander, we have to get a left-arm bowler. It will trick the batsman. Why not? And always it produces dividend. I wonder today if Mohsin Khan can just do that. Back of length. They want a single. Clear calling. Brilliant. Brilliant from the Nomads. Good fielding from the Cap Rambler. So all around really good stuff here. Now it brings me to my question about the pitch. Is it playing slow? So we are seeing Rossley is 9 of 24. We saw Connor Hickey taking some time. I think it might be a tad bit slow. And that is why the score is not where it should be at about 36. They are now 19 for 1. Projected score at 105 because they're going at exactly 3 and over. I wonder if Loop is coming to just kind of give you some big hits here to get you going. He definitely wants to make a point, and his call is same like Connor Hickey. He has a loud call. Very, very good from George Loop. Really good here from the Nomads for the calling point. It's just about how do we rotate that strike? Can we get a single? Can we put pressure on the fielder? Sometimes you take on the arm and it can miss the wicket, you know. Can we put pressure on that field? And then they will force mistakes, which you can get some runs. I wonder if the Nomads are thinking about that when they're there. They've got a single now. Surely they can definitely come for 2. This is the pressure I'm talking about. They settled for 1, and there was surely I think there was 2 on there if you're quick between the wickets. But this is what I say. You put pressure on the field, it will endorse something here, and there was pressure on the fielder to get the throw back in time. I guess the Nomads haven't thought about that so far. They need to think quickly. They need to start getting some runs. We're 6.4 overs in this game. The power plays. These are things you need to talk about when you're here on a Saturday league. Well driven, and it's going to beat the field. That could go to the boundary. It's not a quick outfield. It plugs through. So they'll come back for 2. That's an easy 2. That's good running. Good shot from Rossley. He's seen the pitch now after 24 balls. He needed 4 overs really. And now he said, right, I just need to get some runs. Leading the way. Out of 22, 11 runs to Rossley. Leading the way.
Uncharacteristically so.
Oh, Connor Hickey. Can't be on your mobile phone, mate. Just think about the shot you hit. Just try and motivate your team. Tell them what the pitch is like. Try and help your team, Connor. The outside edge! And it will go down to deep third for a single. That ends the over. 7th over gone. It's 23 for 1. Now will they go another to the veteran and Stuart Tohill? You've given Mawson 4, why not? Because Tohill got you the wicket, remember? And the big wicket of Connor Hickey. Yes, they will go to Stuart Tohill. That's a good choice. Really good choice. You have a game on here in the Hong Kong Cricket Club. Surely, if you're sitting at home watching India versus Pakistan under 19 or the test matches, you've made a wrong decision, my friend. You need to be down here in the cricket club, at the chair tavern, at the willow room, probably with the players on that benches, and come and watch some fascinating Saturday cricket. Trust me, we have a derby game here, but it is going to be an interesting one. And I tell you, it's going to be interesting because these players, they train on a Tuesday and Thursday amongst each other. So surely they know the weak points and they want to execute it today. And why not? I mean, it's a proper game. It's not the nets anymore. In the nets, it may look like, oh, I've got a 6 over here. But it went into the fielder's hand, Mr. Hickey. It's not a 6, mate. It could have evaded the fielder. Your fielder could have dropped it. These are the things that we say in the nets to survive. But it's not what it is. The fielder took the catch at the end of the day. So you need to think of that. And this is why it is crucial to get games in. And I really have to say, commendable to Hong Kong Cricket. They get a game every Saturday, Sunday. At least you're in action. You get some practice. You can work on it in the nets. Top stuff. Really top stuff by CHK. But in this game, I think if you know each other, start moving on. There he goes. He moves on. And a boundary to come. Straight down the ground to long off. Brilliant from Rossley here. Flicked on the switch finally. 2 full. In the slot. And away to the boundary it goes. Change in field. So we can see Rory Keynes coming towards us in the comm box. Down the ground this time. And it'll go for 6. Clears the boundary with ease. So long off has just had a 4 and now a 6. And Rossley has said, I've had enough of seeing the pitch now. I'm turning on the switch. And the ball is stuck in the net, so we may have a bit of delay in play. But this is what I said. When are they going to flick the switch on? They flicked it now. Surely they flicked it now. And if Connor Hickey had probably seen out one more over, he would be sitting there and saying, oh man, this is what I can do. Why isn't it me? But it's good from the Nomads. They started to get their run rate up again. They're at 4.21. They were at 2 and over. Just 2 balls back. They're starting to get it on now. Do we have a lost ball? Do we need a new one to come to the... so we can resume play? It's a really good one. Really good over this one so far for them. 10 runs have come from this over. Marvelous, marvelous. On the replay, you would have seen it was a really good hit. It sounded so good. It was timed to perfection and hence cleared the boundary. I think if these two last till about 20 overs, 21 overs, you can say the Nomads would be at a really good stage. They would have come back from that wicket. But I don't think that's where the Gap Ramblers will let them go, because they seriously are energetic and they want a wicket at any cost. The ball has come back for the last ball of the 8th over. What does Matt Rossley have in prospect? How will this break affect the batsman's rhythm? Or maybe the bowler. Has he got a trick in his mind that right here I've got a wicket? Time shall tell. And as it goes, the bowler comes with a trick. It's a dot. So he stops the boundary vigilance after 8, 33 for 1. So that's the end of Mohsin Khan for a bit. We've got Tom Hicks into the attack. Spinner. Into George Loop, who's only faced 5 balls. I mean, just give him a bit of time and we're going to see what he can do, what he's capable of a lot of stuff, which we have seen in the nets as cricketers. We're going to see it today on show. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So Loop on. Good spinner, George Loop. Really good spinner. Here's Tom Hicks. Loop goes and over the top for 4. I did tell you he's capable of stuff, but I thought he may need a little bit of time. But he says, no, long on is not there, I can do it. Tom Hicks, a good spinner, loopy spinner. And George Loop is like, no, sorry, I'm not going to wait around for you. If I find it in this slot, I'm hitting it. Hence, the fielder has now moved back. So we've got a long on there. Got a long off as well in Shiv Mathur. Really nice scanning of the field. Now, if I was the batsman, I'm looking at this field here, okay? I've got a long off back, I've got a long on back, I've got a deep mid-wicket back, somewhat cow corner. There is a shortish fine fielder, but there's nobody at deep third, so... Oh, that's whack, good shot. Out to deep square, nobody there, as I said. It is about scanning the field, and I was just going to say that. Deep square is not there. Nobody at third. So if I just even do the daft touch, I may get a nice boundary here. So very good thinking from Loop. He's definitely turned his switch on now. And he's given 8 runs in the over, Mr. Hickey. Here you go. Oh, that's good. That is really good from the fielder. Short mid-wicket, really good. 8 runs of the over, 4 balls bowled. Tom Hicks, recovery, maybe a wicket. It's about being patient out there. You've got 35 overs. And as I said, there was not really a deep finish, but they might come back for a 2 here. So they've come back for 1. Which will bring Matt Rossley back on strike, the man who was on song from this end, the Combox end. Oh man. Tom Hicks, 10 runs, 4 balls. Not the start you want as a spinner, but there is a lot of time to recover, so we know that. Daft touch, not in the area of third man. Again, vacant gap there. Even if you look at it, there is point, but if you go a little bit to the left of point, it's a simple boundary for you. Nobody on the leg side. Maybe convert it. No, he wants to defend it. End of the 9th. We are 43 for 1. Are we going to continue with Tohill? Captain is speaking, vice captain is speaking. Do we want to continue? Yes, they do. He's had 4. He's going for his 5th. And he's ready to probably provide a wicket. Long off, long on. Deep square now there. Goes back to the bowler. Brilliantly fielded by Stuart Tohill. That is what they want and expect from him. When you're given your 5th over, you're obviously asking him to do stuff, and he has done it. Tossed up. Gets away with it, Stuart Tohill. That could have been easily bunted into the crowd. Really lucky. Really, really lucky, and he knows it. Matt Rossley gets back on strike. He will enjoy this. He was the one who made 10 runs at the over. Bunts it down to the fielder. Now again, we look at the field here. There's a long on, long off. We've got a deep square. Nobody in the offside. I mean, just make room. You can bunt it down there easily. Even a flick over the fielder who's in will get you a boundary. These are easy runs here. You need to scan the field as a batsman.
Yes, Stewie.
And they're just getting away here are the Gap Ramblers.
Try and get through, Stu.
One ball to go, and then we're going to have a bit of a new commentator in the name of Nitish Hemlani, Hong Kong's finest commentator. Out to the fielder, well fielded. So after 10, it's 44 for 1. Time for me to hand over to the best commentator in Hong Kong, Nitish Hemlani.
Thank you very much, Aman Gadwani, helping us with the commentary today and a bit of scoring. Keeping the score up to date on the Crick Heroes app. Very kind of Aman Gadwani there. 10 overs, 44 for 1. Nomads off to a solid start after the loss of Connor Hickey. It's George Loop on strike. Tom Hicks to bowl. They've got 3 spinners today. Maybe 4 actually, the Gap Ramblers. Pulled. Fielders in the deep converge. Throws in. Just a single. Let's take a look at that Gap Ramblers playing 11. Jack Metters, the captain, bowls about a left arm spin. Gare Curry, the left arm seamer. Jack Dowling, the keeper. Jared Monkston, seamer. Mario Patel bowls spin. We've seen Mohsin Khan bowl already, left arm seam. Rory Kane, Shihan Vijayatunge, who bowls a bit of spin now as well, can bowl seam too. Shiv Mathur, also seam bowler. Stuart Dohal and Tom Hicks. So plenty of bowling options for the Ramblers and plenty of batting depth. Good team full of all-rounders. Hicks in around the wicket. Leaning edge, land safe, 45 for 1 still. Comes again. That's cut through and that's in the gap. That's gone through for 4 runs. So good boundary there for Matt Rosley. Takes him on to 26. 40 balls. He's slowly getting into his work here. A very solid start by the southpaw. Captain of the Wanderers for tomorrow's Sunday League derby. 2 games in 2 days for Matt Rosley. Much better length there from Tom Hicks. Rosley respects the ball, defends it back to the bowler. Lovely ball yet again by Tom Hicks, landing that on a perfect length. Rosley, Tom, and big stride forward in defense. 49 for 1. Slightly short, just slightly, and it's worked off the back foot of the fielder at short mid wicket, which is Gare Curry, for no run. Not a good over there for the Nomads as they keep ticking along. Stu Dohal to continue into his 6th over. 5 overs, 1 for 19 so far. It's been excellent. Very, very economical here so far from Stu Dohal. Ageless Stu Dohal. Straight back to him. What a catch! He is indeed good off his bowling, as the fielders called earlier in the innings. What a great catch off his own bowling, jumping up, plucked it out of thin air. I hope you get to see that on the replay. If not, rewind your stream back a few seconds. Great on ball by Stu Dohal. George Loop's got it apart. 11 of 13. Quick, powerful innings. What a great on ball that is. Stu Dohal. Massive, massive airtime. Really well done. The veteran strikes again for the Gap Ramblers. The second wicket, the second of the innings at 49 for 2. And I think it's young Aryan Chandraramani into bat at number 4. We'll get confirmation from the scorers pretty soon. But that was an outstanding con ball. Definitely rewind the stream and watch that again. That's going up in the highlights reel. Great effort. George Loop's been struggling for runs this season. He's looking good today. Just drilled that one straight back within catching range of Stu Dohal, who made no mistake. 49 for 2. It is, I believe, Aryan Chandramani. I'll get correction in a moment if I'm wrong. And that's locked back down the ground for no run. Someone's calling out his name, which suggests it is Aryan indeed there. Good chance for a youngster up the order. Good all-round Aryan. Straight down the ground towards the 10. Oh! Rory Keynes almost pulls off a stunner. You're not going to see it on your cameras, but Rory Kane diving to his left, full stretch, gets a hand to it, or an arm to it, but it pops out, unable to cling on. The batsman scamper for a single. He's holding his wrist. I think he got his wrist to it, not his hand. Really good effort there by Rory Keynes and mid-on. Nearly the second wicket in the over. Another great catch, almost there. He's had some good catches this season, Rory Keynes. Just a single in the end. And Matt Rosley taps that into point, runs quickly through for another single. 50 up, by the way, for the Nomads with that half chance. Move on to 51 now. Ramblers have been very good in the field so far, this first half of the first innings. Very good energy. Just scanning the field here for Stu Tohill as he runs in the bowl. Also, lovely ball. Great length. Deep mid wicket. I don't think there's anyone else out of the boundary. Yeah, it's a very attacking field there. Comes to Tohill as he wraps up the over. Just the one boundary rider. Everyone else in the circle. Mid on, mid off, both up. 51 for 2 in 12 overs. He's bowled 6 of his 7 overs so far. He's got 1 left. Pretty sure he's going to bowl through. 2 for 21. A timeless, ageless Stu Tohill. He's phenomenal. Such a simple action. Lands in a great line length. Great fielder off his own bowling. Stunning catch that. I need to go up on Instagram a little bit later today. One of the contenders of catch of the season. Tom Hicks to continue from the road end. Maybe we should call it the castle end. It's a lovely little abandoned castle behind the road. Single into the leg side for Rosley, who's continuing his work. 28 of 45, looking very solid. Aryan Chandramani, 4 balls into his innings. Looking at Tom Hicks' field, he's got protection down and deep mid wicket as well, and long on. A couple of men out on the boundary, and a deep square leg. Lovely line length there. So, bit of protection for the bad ball for Tom Hicks, a bit of protection for the slog. There's no one at short fine. The square leg, mid wicket in the circle, ring on the offside slip. Another very good delivery there from Tom Hicks. He's finding his length here now. Saw him warming up before the game. Pulls a lot of balls in preparation. Bowling very well here at the moment, Tom Hicks. Great ball there, bit of turn. Getting some purchase, Tom Hicks, off the surface. This is a somewhat used pitch. We are towards the last few games on pitch 1. There was a game on this last weekend. There was a game on this on the Wednesday as well, with the China women team playing HKCC Select 11. A little bit fuller, it's chance. Oh, it was a chance. Gone through the hands of the fielder there, short mid wicket. Not quite sure I can see who that is. It's a Mayur Patel. There's somebody in there, short mid wicket. It's gone through his hands. Bit of a half chance that. Aryan survives. It's a single. 53 for 2 in 13 overs. Tom Hicks, 3 over 17. Stu Tohill to bowl out as expected. Rory Keynes from the deep square boundary right back down to long on, doing the hard yards. Jack Metters, the captain and mid-off. Shyam Vijayatunge down at deep mid-wicket. So the attacking field for the last couple of balls of that previous over, but now they've gone back to mid-off and back. Bit of discussion there to see if Jack should go back, stay, and he's about halfway out of the circle. So he's out of the circle but not all the way to the fence. Rory Kane's on the boundary, Sheehan's on the boundary. Another nice delivery from Stu Toll. Surely the plan right now for Aryan and for Rosley is just to see off this over. He's bowled really well during the spell. Give him the respect he deserves. Slightly shorter. I'm not sure enough to cut. He's driven it off the front foot straight to cover for no run. Apologies for the scoreboard coming up a little early on this over. Here comes Stu again. Straight back into the bowler for no run. Beautiful day here at HKCC. Sun's out, nice cool temperature, nice breeze blowing. It's a lovely, lovely day for a derby game. Again, slightly back of a length there from Sutol, but Arya not able to pounce on it. It's another very good over from Stu. Doesn't get a lot of bounce Stu, which is where the back of the length deliveries can be dangerous as they tend to skid on and stay a bit low. That's a lovely line length again from Stu Tohill. He's bowled a beautiful spell. He's on the verge of his first maiden and has found over off the spell. 2 for 21. A couple of overs left for the drinks break. Back of a length again and punched down too long off. No maiden over for Stu Tohill. Concedes a single of the last ball. Jack Meadows back on the fence there. Tidies up. 54 for 2 and 14. 7 overs. 2 for 22 for Stuart Tohill. Wonderful spell from the crafty left arm spinner. He's done the job for captain. Jack Meadows gives him a high five. 14 overs done. In 14 overs into the first innings, it's only been 4 overs of seam. It's been 10 overs of spin so far, which gives you an idea on how the pitch is playing today. It's definitely a bit more of a spinner friendly wicket, but I guess also not too many new ball bowling options in that Cap Ramblers lineup. Garrett Curry will bowl at some point, but he's more of a hit the deck seamer. Tom Hicks continuing. Nicely driven into the covers by Aryan for a single. But a lot of spin bowling options for the Ramblers. We will see Mayur Patel bowl today at some point. Jack Meadows has rolled his arm over in a couple of games. Will bowl near. Garrett Curry though is warming up. So he may come on to bowl from the swimming pool end, the mountain end. Need to come up with slightly better name for these ends. Lovely ball again by Tom Hicks coming around the wicket to Rosley. Tom Hicks has actually bowled really well. A couple of deliveries have been punished, but by and large he's found a good length. He's testing the batsman out. He's getting into his rhythm now. Slightly short, and Rosley's quick on the back foot. That ball nice and straight though, and he tried to force it into the offside. Couldn't find the gap. Long on back, long off back, deep mid back. No one deep on the offside. Edged and gone! Wicket for Tom Hicks. Rosley nicks behind, looking for that cut into the offside. Just said there's no one deep out there on the offside for the cut shot. So Rosley looking to hit a boundary through there. Gets a thin edge, and Jack Dowling completes a catch after a rebound. 55 for 3 the Nomads. Tom Hicks has his first. The Ramblers, you could say they're starting to get on top here. Lovely little bit of glove work from Jack Dowling behind the stumps, and Tom Hicks deserved that wicket. Has bowled quite well today. Let's keep an eye out on who the new batsman is. Number 5. Haven't run through the Nomads playing 11 yet, so you may as well do that now. Captain Connor Hickey already dismissed. Akash Shah, the seamer, left arm seamer. Aryan Chandramani out there in the middle, right arm pacer as well. Daniel Klein, right arm medium. George Loop already dismissed. Harry Flory, the keeper, might be in next to bat. We'll take a look. Keshav Mathur, the young off spinner, playing today as well. Matt Rosley just dismissed. Rupert Crawford, right arm seamer. Sahal Mahankar, cheat code. Sahal Mahankar in the playing 11. Is he the next man into bat? Wouldn't make sense. You don't want to hold Sahal back too late. And Toby Brown. That's the playing 11 we've got today on our Cricketers app. Let's go and find out who the new batter is. Waiting for the app to load as a new batter takes a strike. It is Harry Flory, coming off 75 for the Optimists last Sunday. could have been a player of the match performance if not for another no-match player, Akash Shah, taking 4 wickets and scoring 26. Harry Flory's innings incredibly important in that optimist victory, was the backbone of the score of 250 or 245, I think. Anyways, he's facing now Tom Hicks on a roll. The spinners have done the job for Gap Ramblers early in this matchup. Still got plenty of cricket left to be played. Still got the cheat code, Sahal Mavankar, in the dugout. Please correct me if I'm wrong. He is in the playing 11. And it is interesting to see that he's batting so low down, if he is indeed in the 11. Yeah, he would be coming in at 6 or 7 even. Anyways, 55 for 3, 14.4. Flory to face Hicks. Another lovely ball right on the money. On the verge. That's not a wicket maiden, sorry, there's a single first ball. Oh, they had a short leg there. They had the fielder in a short leg. I think that's Shiv. You can see a shadow on your screen actually when that ball was being bowled. You couldn't see him in frame. The inside edge is skewing past him. Very clever field placement. That short leg in Saturday League cricket. Not often I've seen that. And that inside edge nearly going to head. Nearly going to hand. Gary Curry on the ball now. Saw him warming up tall, left arm seamer, hits the deck. Bowls good lines. Member of the Scorpion squad in Division 1 Sunday. Should also be playing tomorrow, I think. A lot of these players doing double duty this weekend on Derby weekend. If you are watching and you have some time this weekend, do come down to the club to show your support for the 2 HKCC Saturday and Sunday Division 1 teams. Exciting weekend of Derby cricket. I do appreciate CHK scheduling these fixtures on back-to-back days. Makes for a fun weekend at the club. So if you are a member and you are watching these games on the YouTube stream, do come down in person and show your support. Gary Curry in. Yells of catch it, first ball. That's relatively well controlled by Harry Flory. No gully in place. So though he went at a wide delivery, he knew he was safe, and he got a little bit of a outside edge into the gap for 2 runs. It's actually quite smart cricket there. And there we go. Jack Metas has right away asked for someone to come in at gully for the catching position. Let's see who moves in there. Sweeper on the offside. Deep square leg. Only 2 out. A fine leg as well. Wide ball. Again, going for that wide off stump line. Missing it there a bit. It's going to be wide. It'll be interesting to see what Gare's strategy here is. Does he want to keep bowling that wide off stump? Or is he just loosening up and will look to attack the wickets? The field suggests he's going to bowl a somewhat straight line because he's got fine leg and deep square leg back. He's also got, though, the sweeper on the offside Shiv Mathur. So protection both sides of the wicket. But mid-off and mid-on are both up in this circle, which suggests he's going to be bowling back of a length. Protection for the cut, for the pull, for the flick of the hips, but inviting the batsman to hit down the ground if they want a boundary. So I suggest he's going to use his height and try to get a bit of bounce of back of a length. That ball, though, didn't bounce much at all. But there we go. I think Stu Toll staying at gully, and third man has gone back to the fence. So third and final leg both back, square and point both back. 4 out, 5 in. Gary Curry to Harry Flory. Nice line length outside off stump. Rory and Jack Meadows in conversation in mid-off and mid-on about the fields they're going to set, how they're going to go about dismissing Harry Flory. Good batsman, Harry, again, coming into this game with some form and with some runs under his belt. Just watching the replay of the previous ball, he is bowling it a bit back of a length there. Nicked, gone. Gary Curry strikes right away, back of a length, outside off stump. Harry Flory has a push of the back foot. I don't want to call that commentator's curse. It might be just that. Cricket is a great leveler, though. 75 one day, 3 of 6 the next. Flory's gone, caught behind. 4 down the Nomads and in real trouble. you want to watch a replay of that wicket, you can see there's a bit of a soft shot from Harry Flory. There were gaps on the offside. He was just looking for the single, but a bit unconvincing. That ball from Gary Curry did get a bit of more bounce, a bit more off the wicket than the previous ones. Just nicked it behind. Jack Dolling, good behind the stumps, made no mistakes. 59 for 4, the Nomads, as we're heading into the drinks break, in trouble. Look at who's in at number 6. It's not Sahal Malvankar, I can tell you that much. Dan Klein, I'm hearing from the scorers, it is indeed Dan Klein. There we go, Dan Klein in at number 6. 59 for 4. Projected score 132 if you're watching on this Crick Heroes app, the CHK app. Apologies for that replay that came up earlier. Kind of missed the wicket there. Dan Klein off to a good start there. Low full toss from Gary Curry, driven to the offside for a single. Gary Curry striking immediately in his first over. The Ramblers all over this game at the moment. 60 for 4. Experienced season campaign as Ramblers. Nomads, however, defending champions in Saturday Division 1. So, this game's important for them. I do wish I had Cricket's queue up so I could see who won the derby last weekend. Probably just ask them on the field. I'm sure they remember who won it last year. I do want to know who won the derby last season. Anyways, good Yorker to end that over from Gary Curry. 60 for 4 and 16. Nomads, last over before drinks, will just be looking to get to the drinks break with no further damage. The Ramblers, well and truly on top of this game. And here's another bowling change. Nope, Stormix continuing, and Shiv Mathur getting under the lid again at short leg. So they're persisting with that short leg theory. Tom Hicks was bowling around the wicket to Harry Flory when he got that inside edge. He's over the wicket right now to Dan Klein. And there's a new batter in. No sweeper on the offside. Mid-on is up. Mid-off is up. There is a sweeper at like deep square leg. No one else outside the circle. Yeah, I see 3 fielders, 4 fielders in the circle on the offside, including the slip. 3 in the leg side, plus the short leg. So that's 4 and 4. Yeah, 8 inside the circle, and Rory Kane's getting his position finely tuned at deep square leg. Here comes Tom Hicks. Outside half the bat, no run there. Last over before drinks, attacking field. Very smart from the Ramblers. Look at Maya Patel up their sleeve, leg spinner. So they got a lot more overs of spin left to utilize, the Ramblers. Jack Matters himself could bowl some if needed. Shihan Vijayatunga, we saw him bowling spin against the Royal Selangor club. He can whip down a few quick offies as well in a pinch. So plenty of spinners in the Ramblers attack if they want to pursue that route. But Gary Curry also taking a wicket from the mountain end. Another lovely ball. Tom Hicks is pointing at something. Pointing at a spot on the pitch. Pointing at where he wants his fielders at. Rory Kane's being shuffled to go a little bit behind square, deep. Ball off stump and blocked away. No run. Going with a really nice line length, Tom Hicks. Very nice line length. 4.3 overs, 1 for 19. There we go. Now he's come around the wicket. I think Shiv Mathur is going to be in play now as he comes around the wicket. Good chance at the inside edge. Long guns drop back as well. Oh! Yes, a catcher that's fallen 1 bounce. Just short of Shiv Mathur. Not sure it's safe to have an under 18 under the lid at short leg. Seems a bit risky, but definitely better to have Shiv there than some of the other Ramblers. Bit of pad, no run. Tom hands in the cap. That's an excellent over. That's a really good spell so far from Tom Hicks, and a really good session in the books for the Ramblers. The Nomads 60 for 4 at drinks. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with you with the voice of Aman Gidwani.
So, welcome back after the drinks break. 60 for 4 after 17. Gare Curry coming in. Had a good first over. Brilliant matchup here. Left armour to a right-hander. Just love it, isn't it, Chandramani? Oh, that's a beauty. And I told you this is a great matchup. When you have a left-arm bowler to a right-hand batsman, that is exactly what you want to see. And because the right-hand batsman will probably never be able to read anything that goes outside off or on off stump. They'll be very confused. Where is he bowling? Now at 60 for 4, I wonder what the Nomads were saying at drinks break. How are we going to rebuild from here? What's the talk? Oh, Chandramani just dances down the pitch. Are we going to go attacking? Are we going to go defensive? Because there's Sahal still to come in. That's his secret trick. And we've seen Sahal. I mean, the first time he came to HKCC and batted, I remember off the third ball, he hit a 6 that went over the clock. And we were like stunned. We were like, who's this batsman from the UK? He's made statements and the 6 is edged and gone. That was what I said, the matchup. And it has happened. Exactly what was needed. Chandramani just couldn't read the bowler. And this was the matchup I was telling you about. Yeah, this explains what I was saying. The left hand bowler to a right hand batsman. Just amazing for Chandramani. I mean, I don't blame him, to be honest. It's difficult to read and you have very less reaction time. So, yeah, I think it is very difficult for every batsman. And there are some that just produce brilliant stuff. So, yeah, so we have a new batsman at the crease. So rebuild again for the Nomads. So the new batter is Toby Brown. Again. Now this is interesting because he's a left-hander. He's not a right-hander. So left arm to left-hander batsman. That's not a bad competition. Yeah, really good. I'm telling you, Gare Curry is on song today. And I did tell you this will be fascinating. It is a derby, but it shouldn't be taken lightly as it's a league match for the Nomads. From what I've heard, most of their matches has been rained out or abandoned. They haven't put up what they would have liked to do. I am sure they're capable of putting up much more runs on the board. They need to rebuild quickly. One way is through getting these sort of stuff which are called extras, but I mean, if I was probably sitting in the Nomads camp right now, I would be thinking I can probably see off 1 over, but I would want to certainly take these singles. And again, that comes to my point, the gaps. There's nobody on the leg side. If he's bowling a wide on your pads, flick him over the leg side. You get a boundary. How nice. Now short. If that was pulled, I can guarantee you more runs again for the Nomads. So they've missed out on the flick. They've missed out on the pull. That's 8 runs gone, or maybe even 12 runs if he's a really good batsman. And you've got to think even long off and long on are not here. So you can pretty much chip it over, mid on and mid off, get some runs. No third man's too fine, so you can probably even dab it down. Tries to advance down, he'll get another wide. This is what we said. The extras count. Every rounds count. And I'm sure the captain Connor Hickey, he's sitting right there now, not watching the stream. But when he's sitting here, he's probably going to say, every run counts. I don't care how the runs are coming, it counts. But the Cap Ramblers, they are energized, they're pumped till now. And this is a boundary, heading to the boundary rather. Will it make the chase? Yes, it would. It's a boundary. Brilliant. 4 there. And that ends the 18th over, 66 for 5. A fun fact for you guys, out of 66 runs, 11 are extras. How much will that hurt the Gap Ramblers? I think today probably it will not hurt them, but I think when we think in the latter stage of this tournament, it will hurt them because they will have teams like KCC, DLS, WCC, where they'll want to cut down on the extras. We are only in the 18th over, 11 extras. Possibly you can look at probably another 5 extras minimum, but they surely want to just make stuff better. Right now we've got a leg slip in place with Shion, and we're continuing with Tom Hicks to Dan Klein, the Iceman. I remember when I was here in Hong Kong playing cricket, Dan Klein was my captain for the Nomads. Oh, how brilliant a captain. He was so nice, so calm, the Iceman we used to call him. Just a little one to Shiv Mathur. Don't take on that arm. Very good, Daniel Klein. You have captained Shiv Mathur in the past. You know how he feels. You know the energy. And the Gap Ramblers won't stop applauding here. They have certainly got energy. Really good to see right now the field. Everybody will ask. We've got a somewhat a deep square leg, you could say, a sweeper. And that's pretty much it. And a long on has gone out. Now there's your wide. There's your extra I was telling you about. So these are the extras that are going to count to the scorebook. So valiant runs, I think, here. So yes, as I said, we've got a long on, we've got a sweeper, and nothing more. 2 fielders out after the power play. Are you kidding me, Gap Ramblers? You are trying to put so much pressure on the batsman. It's just extraordinary. It's a test match field. Now coming round the wicket. Because of the short leg, they want the wicket now. And a loud appeal here. Oh, Hicks. Just calm your nerves. I know. There is pressure here. I know you want to put pressure on the batsman. You can ask the umpire 50 times, but it won't reverse its decision. This is a very big encounter, and remember, the pressure is high. The Nomads have serious pressure with them. Less, and it's again lobbed up. The chance not taken. It bounces short. It happened to Mathur. It happens to the keeper. Oh my word. This is serious pressure here with the Nomads and the Ramblers. The Ramblers just putting immense pressure on them right now. Oh, again. Brilliant stuff from Tom Hicks as he finishes the over with 1 run off the wide. 19 gone, 67 for 5. So we're going to continue with Gair Curry. He's only had 2 overs. Be fair to him. I mean, he's bowled so well. I think when I started, before I handed it to Nitesh, the run rate was 3 point something odd. And after Nitesh has given it back to me, it's 3.53. What's happened to those boundaries? It's just been Gair Curry. He's all over the Nomads right now. Again, a beauty of a delivery. I think he's come with a serious plan here, which we Pacers dreamed. Let's go outside off. Let's go on off stump. Sometimes we get bumped. Sometimes we are hammered. But today, the pace, the swing. Gair Curry, my God, what are you doing over here, young fella? You should be playing Sunday League now for the Scorpions tomorrow. It's gonna be a great encounter tomorrow, by the way. Just letting you know, that's another derby coming up tomorrow. It will be the Wanderers versus the Scorpions. To my knowledge, Nisakat Khan, big guy, Shiv Mathur again, Veer Mathur, the young talent, brother of Shiv Mathur. Oh, you've really got something at stake here. Please come down to the club tomorrow on a Sunday. Please don't watch Test cricket. It's more important you're here to have some fun. When in Hong Kong, you can have a lot of fun. So as I was saying, the Nomads have a trick in Sahal Malvekar. Now, he came from the UK. He played 6s for Hong Kong, scored a lot of runs for Hong Kong. I think it's a trick up their sleeve. Sahal to come in probably around the next few wickets, and then he'll smoke you. That's a nice trick they've got up their sleeve. Gair Curry, my God, he's still on point. He's not conceding runs today. We have got a test match here. If you are watching New Zealand versus England, or you're watching South Africa, Sri Lanka, or you're watching the Pakistan-India game, This is called Test cricket, to be honest. It should be 35 over cricket, but it's being played as Test match cricket. It is unbelievable. The energy is high, the stakes are high, and guess what? The pressure is immense. Only the 1 run from the over. My God, Gare Curry, you're such a good bowler. Just waiting to face him in training. I've never seen him in training, to be honest. As a matter of fact, that was something we were discussing in the score box, that one of the bowlers who opened today, and the veteran rather you would say, in the name of that's the over, I believe, as we are just trying to see something. So yeah, so the Stuart Tohill, the veteran who picked up 2 wickets today, has not come to training, and he just provides wicket after wicket. Unbelievable. Tom Hicks to continue. He's not come to training once, Mr. Tohill, yet he's got a wicket. Now this is a very interesting field here. I think this is unbelievable, to be honest. Oh, Hicks, Tom Hicks playing the tricks. It's his last over. He's bowled 6 overs, 1 maiden, 20 for 1 here. After 20 overs, the Nomads are 68 for 5. I wonder what's going through their mind right now. Oh, back past the bowler. No run again for Toby Brown. Very interesting terms here. Projected score at 117 due to run rate. I wonder what is going to happen with that run rate, and this could be out. It just evaded the bowler. The pressure is really high. Trust me, the Nomads are not able to contain their pressure. I think, and I said this in the first over, they are energized, they are pumped, they've done that, they've created the pressure. And there's a stumping appeal. This could be gone. The umpire says no. Right. Now this will be a bit controversial on replay, because I think he was out. Surely this was quick piece of stumping, and I'm sure he was out. But you can never argue with these umpires. They're always the best, and they're always right. So just keep playing your cricket. Oh, I missed a little bit of a miss stumping there. Again, Toby Brown just trying to dance down the wicket here. Probably tap it. I don't know what's going through his mind now, but there is a huge gap here on the offside. Just try and use that. Instead of dancing down, going on the back foot, just try and create some room, punch it through the covers. There's only cover and point, and you will get runs, which you need at this point. I don't know what viewers you think is a good score over here, but in my brain, looking at what I've seen out 20.5 overs where they're 69 for 5. I think a respectable score is 170, and it's a match-winning score. So the Nomads, how are you going to score 100 runs in 11 overs? That's your deal, but I think we have a game. And that's another good over gone. It's 69 for 5 after 21. It never changes. So, well, how are they going to get to that 170, that magical 170, where actually for the Nomads, they'll say, you know what, we can defend this. The Gap Ramblers have deep batting, don't forget that. They have a good batting lineup. So, as the Nomads, you have to think, what can we get up to? Anything under 150, I'm telling you, it's a walk in the park from here. Rory Keynes, just in front of me, he's a powerhouse. He can give it a nice whack. Sheehan, he is brilliant. Shiv Mathur, don't even get me started on him. A powerhouse batting. Edged and taken. Another wicket. And this man can do no wrong, can Gare Curry. He's got this ex-captain of the Nomads in Daniel Klein. 1 of 15 balls. He's gone. So we got information, and this is a fun fact. Sahal is now not playing today's game, and it's Dan Crowther who's playing. The catch was taken by Tom Hicks. Brilliant catch. He was creating pressure with the ball. He now backs it up in the field and 6 down. The new batsman, Rupert Crawford. A lot of confusion today over here, but yes, ideally the Nomads are about 100 runs away from what is a respectable total. Now they've got that little bit of 13.3 overs. How they get there, that's up to them. And that's a brilliant catch! Unbelievable! From Gareth Curry. He has been outstanding today. Can he do no wrong? Brilliant catch. Driven straight back to him, and he makes no mistake with that one-hander. Unbelievable stuff. Akash Shah, the new batsman out here. Four wickets for Gare Curry. I was telling you, ever since I saw his first over, I was like, man, this man has got potential in him. He's a great left-arm bowler. Possibly the HKCC have got a really good bowler in him. And he does no wrong. 3.4 overs, 12 runs, 4 wickets. What are you doing here, mate? Go and play the Ashes. You're needed in Test match cricket. Oh, HKCC, they've got a really good lineup. This is unbelievable. I mean, that 100 runs we were talking about, I think let's forget that. Let's reach till 100 is what the Nomads would say. Then we'll back it up with about 20-30 more runs. 70 for 7. You're in deep trouble. Akash Shah, watch out. He's a good bowler. Well played out. Unbelievable stuff going on here. Crick Heroes apparently says 112. At this rate they can get to. I fairly doubt it. I mean, I'm like this bowler. If he's going to keep taking wickets, forget 112. You may be all out under 100. They just got to find a way to rebuild from here. That's it. That's the simple story. Going down leg. Will get the leg by, and these are crucial runs. Now, as I said, it doesn't matter how they come. After 22, 71 for 7. So Stuart Tohill has bowled his quarter. Tom Hicks has bowled his quarter. Now who are they going to go to? Who is going to be the next bowler? Right, so change in bowling here because Tom Hicks is done. It's going to be Mayur Patel. Can he create the same amount of pressure? So we've got a deep cover over there. And we've got a deep square leg. And both the fielders are in mid-on, mid-off. Nobody out. So only 2 fielders out. This is the pressure they want to create. This is and a slip is in place. Like, this is what they want to create. Pressure. Pressure in the field. No runs, no singles. This is exactly what they want to do. And they haven't done anything wrong. Trust me. This is how the wickets have fallen today. It's just been pressure in the field. Can Mayur back it up? This is a chance! And Stuart Tohill could have taken a brilliant catch. That would have been a screamer. It just evicted him. He's probably going to be saying 9 out of 10 times I would take this catch. Unlucky day today. It's okay. You've got Akash off the mark. That's what matters. 1 run for the Nomads. And that will be like 6 runs for them right now in the dressing room. Oh, that's a beauty from Mayur. They can do no wrong, the Gap Ramblers. Shiv Mathur can do no wrong in the field. A lot of motivation, a lot of talk in the field. Just pops up. And if you look at the Nomads bench, they are not looking anywhere near cheerful. Before the match, they were up, they were pumped. They have been demotivated, I think you can say, by this formidable Cap Ramblers side. Outside off, short, wide. Couldn't get any bat on it. The right idea, it would have trickled for 4 any day because there wasn't anybody out there at deep third. So the right idea being enforced, but unfortunately no bat. That could be wide. It is a wide. It's a freebie, as we say, for the Nomads. They'll take it. Any run they will take it. How they come, doesn't matter. Full, driven. There's a sweeper out there, so it will be 1. So good running from the Nomads. They rotate the strike. Probably that may be a tactic. Can we rotate the strike? Just keep rotating strike. And that gets you to 113 at the end of the innings. But after 30 overs, if you're somewhere near 120, you want to push that button and start going for it. Unfortunately, wickets has been a big issue for them as that ends 23 overs. 7 wickets down, 74 runs on the board. And believe it or not, 15 extras. So when I last said about extras, I said 11. And I told you 15 will be the minimum. And they have touched 15 extras. Leg bys and wides have just given runs to the Nomads, which is what matters for them at this point because they can only ask that. They can't ask any other way to score runs unless they can start pushing the button and get boundaries. And find the gaps because there's no one on the leg side again. Gare Curry, he's a good bowler. Now, for Gare Curry, I think this is the right idea in field placement from the Ramblers because he's bowling stump to stump. He's not bowling it short. Again, outside off, a little bit of swing back in. He's bowling perfectly. So for him, no need of a deep square, no need of anything. For the batters though, they have to think of a way to score runs. Probably a nice dab, which the batsman has indicated. Deft touch down to deep third. Deep third is very fine, I must say. So that'll be a boundary if you do invade the slip fielder as well. Everything matters for you. Gare Curry outside off. Again, brilliant. This is creating pressure. These dots create the most amount of pressure for a batsman because when he looks at the scoreboard, he'll be saying, oh shoot, we could have 10 overs left. That could be a situation. Gare Curry will not give you a single run. Unless he's probably too pumped and excited, he'll give you a wide. Other than that, the batsmen have to figure a way to score runs. This is not going to get them there. There you go. I mean, if you're going to keep leaving it outside of stump, you're not going to punch it and take a single on. It's just like you're not going to get a run. Simple as that. And that puts that pressure on you. Now, Shiv Mathur is probably the best fielder I've seen in the youth category. He is at point, but he is far away from point. He's gone a bit further out. Not deep point, halfway. You can easily punch it to him, take a single, take a risk. Now that was a good try. And it's given a wide. So I told you that one ball that creates pressure on him. But this is the initiative the batsman needs to take. Throw my arms at it. You're 7 wickets down. You can't rebuild from here, surely. You're in the lower order. You're known for hitting the big hits. So now let's start hitting those long boundaries. But you have to just try and hit. It's risk and reward. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Beautiful in swing. The score box is also saying, ooh, there's a lot of oohs in the score box. And that was a beauty from Gare Curry. The one wide he gave, which I said, at worst he will give you one wide. He has given you that wide. Now it's about, how do we go from here? That's the question, viewers. You can pop in the comments what you think will be the final score. Well defended. But do you need to defend Rupert Crawford? Think of the runs. You don't have much on the board. And if they ramble you out for about 80 or 90 runs, you will have to bowl to your best, be energized like Cap Ramblers, take a lot of risks, cut down on the extras, and you might have a chance at it. But There's a lot to do if you want to play that sort of game. 1 run from the over, as I had predicted. It is 75 for 7 after 24 overs. Mayur Patel will continue from the petrol station end. We had a lot of predictions going on in the scorebox, might I just say, during drinks. And one prediction was, after 28 overs, the Nomads will be 9 wickets down. The way they're going, it can look to be that situation, but I'm not saying anything. Please don't say that Ahmad said it is going to be 9 wickets after 28. It just could be if the Ramblers put that pressure and the Nomads give their wickets away. There you go. It's spun and it's beaten the keeper and gone to first slip. That is just beautiful bowling, Mayur Patel. Unbelievable. The turf has something in it for leggies. If you have any leggies, Nomads, you might be a bit lucky there itself. The edge. Matur patrolling. He dives. He's come into the short third position. He was placed at mid-wicket and he has to run that fair distance and the batsman doesn't even run. Come on, batters. Please run. Start running from here. Chipped. And the fielder doesn't bother to make a dive. That's a bit unlucky to the bowler. I feel bad for the bowler. Come on. You want the 8th wicket to fall. You want to put pressure on them. Start diving. Start doing stuff here. Ramblers, that's your opportunities going. I know the Ramblers have got 7 wickets, but they want to roll them out. They want to chase this as quick as possible because this might be a derby, but it is a league match. You want your NRR to shoot, and that can be through this style. Again, no run from Akash Shah. It's gone to long on. Please take a single at least. Really, really poor running here between the wickets. And I tell you what, it's very poor. That's a maiden for Mayur Patel. After 25, 75 for 7. No surprise. And that'll be a fortuitous boundary here for the Nomads. It comes through leg byes. They will take it. I told you, anything they will take at this point in time. It is a boundary. Fortuitous, you could say. Come on. Come on. Are we relying on these stuff? There's surely better stuff to do. There's a better way to score boundaries. It's called hitting your bat. Come on, Nomads. Come back to the team I know when I left. It's a dot. It's a dot. I just wonder, did the batter actually have an edge on it? Or is the umpire being rather unfair there by not giving it a wide? Just have to think a bit. Right, viewers, projected score 109. 3.12 and over. And then you're looking at probably 120 if you're going at 4 and over. Will they fall like pins and needles? Wide, there you go. There's the extra. 80 comes up for the Nomads. They'll be happy. They've touched 80 from 70. They need to go another 20 to bring up that 3-digit score of 100. Gair Curry not having a good over now. He's probably just dropped down a bit. But he will recover. He surely can recover. He'll get wickets, I'm sure. Unfortunate. I mean, nothing stops him. I mean, these wides, they can be bowled, but nothing stops me to say that he is the best bowler today from the Gap Ramblers. Brilliant one-armer. was a screamer. And he took that catch. Now LBW, this looks adjacent, but the umpire says no. I think it was going down leg. I sort of now agree with this umpire that it's going down the leg side, but yeah, it would have been nice to have it that if it was given 5 wickets for you, mate. He's looking for that 5 for surely. And his team needs to back him up. If he wants a 5 for, they have to dive, they have to take catches, which they've been doing consistently today. Inside edge of the toe end of the bat. It's running away here on the outfield. How quick is it? It is gonna be a boundary to the Nomads. Off the bat, Rupert Crawford finally finds the boundary. Wasn't whacked. Came off the toe end of the bat, but HKCC is a quick outfield, so he finds the ropes. And finally, I can say the Nomads have got a boundary off the bat and not through wides and leg bys. They'll be happy. It's 4 more. Now smashed through the covers. Another boundary here. It is now starting to come for the Nomads. They know they've got less time. They want to put a score up, and they are now taking this over. 14 coming off the over so far. This is the best over we've seen since the 11th over, where we saw 10 runs. So 14 being the highest runs in 1 over so far today. Very good from the Nomads. Yep, you can afford to leave that. That ends the 26th over. It's 89 for 7. We're going back to Mayur Patel. He bowled really well in that last over, maiden over. He'll want to continue his vigilant form. He's 2 overs, 3 for 0. Maybe a wicket. Akash Shah, will he gift his wicket? Remember, at least 4 of these wickets that have fallen have been gifted. 2 great catches, so we can't count that as a gift. But really, did you have to loft it in the air? Akash Shah, here we go. Just gives it back to the bowler. And that just shows you how good Mayur Patel is. He's bowling stump to stump. The batsman is not able to read it, so they just punch it back to him. Very easy. Now lofted. This is a chance. Wicket number 8. Is it? Yes, it is. The 8th one falls, and Akash Shah has to go back for 1. 89 for 8. Great catch by Mohsin Khan. And that brings to the crease Dan Crowther. We had thought Sahal is playing. He's come in. Nice of him. Now can he steady the ship? Very well played by Crowther. He has to be in there now. You're looking at nearly about 8.3 overs from here. 89 for 8. Oh, that prediction in the scorebox of 28 overs, 9 wickets down is still on. And very possible. Edges it. Mature is running away. Only gives a single. Not too bad. 90 comes up for the Nomads. Cheers already in that bench. They're cheering for every 10 runs that come up. It just shows you probably the wicket being a difficult or The bowling has just been brilliant. I think it's the bowling. I mean, I've seen the pitch in the drinks break. It wasn't too bad. It stays probably slowish, but nah, I don't think that's a reason to say that we're down for 90 today. You have to have a valid reason, because they will come charging at you in the second half. No doubt about it. Oh, that's brilliant, but it's a wide. It spun a lot. Nine more runs and we can say they've touched that 3-mark figure. Or will they bowl them out without touching the 3-mark figure? That's also possible, lads. End of the over, I reckon here. Yes, it is. So only the 2 runs off it and a brilliant wicket. 91 for 8 after 27 here at the Hong Kong Cricket Club. And Gare Curry is going to finish his over. He has bowled 6 overs, given only 23 runs, and taken 4 wickets. That is what stands out for me. 4 wickets and a brilliant catch. One accounted to his brilliant fielding while bowling as a fast bowler. When you bowl, it is not easy to take a catch coming back at you. So brilliant stuff. Brilliant reflexes. Brilliant bowler. Brilliant fielder. This is what I like to see on a Saturday afternoon when I come here. Ooh, that's a beauty. This is what he can do. He can do no wrong today. Gare Curry and Connor Hickey, as a captain from the boundary, is shouting at his team to probably get a move on from here. But you got to be fair. 2 wickets left in hand. Do you want to risk it, Connor? Really? Think about your NRR as well, mate. These are problems. Net run rate always causes issues in every tournament I've seen. That could be wide. Yes, it is. Five more balls until that prediction of the 9th wicket falling at 28 from the score box. I wonder, are we going to actually see that today or not? I'll buy that guy a coffee if he's right. I mean, that's a spot-on prediction if he gets that correct. Edge door! Just fall short. Didn't attempt to dive again. But this game is on. As Nitesh Hemlani is coming near the comm box. And within the next 4 balls, we will have the best commentator in Hong Kong replacing me for a few overs. Brilliant drive. Dan Crowther can hit the long balls. He has the power. Just, it's a moment of time when he decides to do so. Chip back! Oh, could have been the 5er there. A repeat of what happened before. The last time it stuck. This time it was slightly far away from him. But it was nearly that 5th wicket. And boy, a 5er would go on the list in the Hong Kong Cricket Club for the best bowling this month. 2 balls till his spell is finished. He just needs that 1 wicket. Will he get it? Oh, that's so lucky for the batsman. Toe end of the bat. Goes down a deep fine. Gets really lucky. So now 1 ball for the 5er. But I've got to say, after 7 overs, you are looking at 25 for 4, which is probably the best bowling figures I've seen in Saturday League cricket. So here we go with the final ball of his spell. Can he get a 5er? Well negotiated by the batsman, and that will end over number 28, 93 for 8. And now we've got Nitesh Hemlani taking over me in the comm box.
Thank you, Aman. Yes, it's been a tough day out for the Nomads. No Sahal Maavankar, as I'm sure everyone has heard. Please disregard what the scoreboard says. Errant prank message has confused our entire scoring and broadcast team. There is no Sahal, and the Nomads have to do it the hard way without their main batter. They are struggling. 93 for 8. Mario Patel on the ball from HKCC, a new transfer into the club during the off season. Used to sit on the cricket committee as independent club rep. Obviously had to give up that post upon joining HKCC. Very tidy leg spinner. Used to do a good job for Kaitak down inside. Div 2 played a bit of Div 1, but not actually a pilot. Hence the lure to move on to bigger and better things here at HKCC. Currently spinning his way through a nice spell here for the Gap Ramblers. Bit of pop, bit of turn. Dan Crowther and Rupert Crawford out there trying to make sure they bat out the 35 overs. In the air, through the gap. Dan Crowther gets on the front foot, hits it hard. It's racing along the long ball greens. Mohsin Khan puts in a long, hard chase. It's gone to the furthest corner of the field for 4 runs. So Dan Crowther gets his first boundary of the day. Rupert Crawford at the other end has played 2 lovely shots so far as well. So the lower order rallying here for the Nomads, and 97 for 8. Crick Heroes has them with 119 for their projected score. Mario Patel 3.3, 1 maiden, 1 for 9. That boundary did tarnish his figures just a little bit, but that's a beautiful comeback delivery. Bit of turn, bit of bounce. Jack Dolling has been excellent behind the stumps. 2 more to go in this over. Oh, flatter, quicker. Skidded through inside edge as he tries to pull it. Dan Crowther. Last ball of the over coming up. Gare Curry. Take a bow. What a spell from the tall left arm seamer. Great cotton bowl. 4 for 25. Mario Patel beats the bat there. End of the over. 97 for 8 after 29. And we're just talking about Gare Curry. 4 for 25 in his 7. His spell is done. So there's going to be a change of bowling here from the mountain end. Interesting to see who Jack Metters tosses the ball to. It looks like Mohsin Khan.
We can't change it. They give it Sahal.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the captain of cricket pointing it out to us that it's not Sahal Marvankar out there. It's the almost equally talented Dan Crowther. But unfortunately, due to an errant prank message that we took seriously, Sahal Marvankar's name was loaded onto the scoreboard and we cannot undo it. So Dan Crowther is in elite company at the moment. All his runs going to Sahal's account. So Sahal will be watching keenly. Anyways, Mohsin Khan on 4 overs, 1 maiden, 12 runs. Bowled really well in the opening spell. He's coming to close out the innings. I can expect him to bowl a 3 over spell here. We've got 6 overs left in the innings. He'll close out the innings from the mountain end. He's in now to Rupert Crawford. Fast bowler versus fast bowler. If I'm not mistaken, both of these guys play for the Scorpions. Wonder if the fast bowler's code holds up in a derby game, or if Mohsin's gonna try to test out Crawford's helmet here. Get a few in past the chin. First ball is right in the block hole, a Yorker. Let's see what Mohsin does now. Line and length, houts are off, left alone. Very civilized cricket there. Of course, Rupert doing the right thing here. 10 of 22. He's done exactly what the Nomads need him to do. He's just making sure they bat out 35 overs. He's only got 2 wickets in the bank. You've got these 2, and then you've got young Keshav Mathur in at number 11. You can see, well, you can't see, I can see him out in the corner at the pavilion, having a few swings, padded up. Line length again from Mohsin, immaculate. And Rupert Crawford lets it through to the keeper. So Crowther and Crawford both aware that they need to make sure Kesha doesn't come in too soon. I suspect they will look until the last 2 overs before deciding to have another swing. But if the ball's there to be hit, they should hit it. The field is still pretty attacking from the Ramblers. Throws come in. Ooh. There was a chance for a run out there. I'm not sure who called for that run, but Crowther was struggling to make his ground. Great arm in the keeper, Jack Dowling putting in the dive, but unable to take the stumps out. Crowther makes his ground safely. Risky run there. Yeah, Crowther was struggling to make his ground, and Dowling slipped in trying to collect the ball. The throw a little bit wayward. Half chance there for the Ramblers. You can't see it on your screen, but there is a second slip in place. You can probably see a shadow lurking in the left-hand corner. I know the slip's going to come in a little bit straighter now, but from where I'm sitting and I'm looking at the stream as well, you can't see him on screen. But they do have a slip in. Swing and a miss. Nicked it. Oh, I said miss. It was a faint edge. Couldn't hear from where I'm sitting, but no doubt by anyone on the field. No doubt for the umpire. Finger goes up straight away. That's 9 down. Mohsen Khan has struck for the Ramblers. The Nomads in danger of being bowled just short of 100 as Keshav Mathur makes his way to the middle. Mohsen Khan delivers. We're talking about sensible batting. At one end, Crawford was doing the right thing. Crowther, however, could not resist having a swing at that delivery. Feathers a nick behind. Jack Dowling does the rest. He's had a great day behind the stumps, Jack Dowling. Just taking a look at the scorecard. That's his 4th catch of the day. He's been very, very tidy. 4 catches, no byes. There have been 24 extras, 16 wides and 8 leg byes. 24 extras out of a score of 98. That means 28 from Matt Rosley's bat, 24 from extras, and then only 2 batters getting into double digits. George Loop and Rupert Crawford. In fact, Rupert Crawford has batted the most deliveries out of everyone that's not Matt Rosley. So he's outdone the entire top order. That is superb effort from Rupert Crawford, but no one's really sticking in. Anyways, Keshav Mathur, the youngster, in to face the fire. Mohsen Khan around the wicket. Good line and length, and Mathur confident in defense. That takes him to 30 overs, 98 for 9. And it'll be interesting to see how Rupert plays it from here. It's going to be interesting to see how he approaches. I think he's going to try to farm the strike, which means he's probably going to give 3 or 4 balls to the bowler, not look to rotate, and then try to pinch a single of the last 2. Mr. Sahal Malvankar has something to say on the mic. Sahal, what's your thoughts on the match so far?
I think the Nomads have got 30 too many, to be honest with you, Nate.
There's his call. There's his call. You've heard it from Mr. Malvankar. 98 for 9, the Nomads. 30 above par. Doesn't reckon the Ramblers got the firepower to chase this down. A low-scoring game is always a great game. Do hope this will be a thriller. Last time we won on Derby Day is a one-sided thrashing. Fun fact, and I've dug this up, we have no cricket skew, but everyone here remembers what happened last year. The Ramblers and Nomads facing the Derby. It was a tie. It was a tie. And you go back one season prior, can't remember what happened in the group stage game, but the final was Nomads versus Ramblers, with the Nomads winning that to win the cup. So great history between these two teams in the Derby. Here comes Mayur. Crawford has a swing. First ball straight to short mid-wicket. So Crawford's, I think, decided that if the ball's in a slot, he's going to have a go. 98 for 9. Just need to get that into 3 digits. Last thing you want to do is leave them 99 to win. Get the psychological edge. Get 3 figures. Cut well by Rupert. Cut very well indeed. That's going to go for 4 runs. And that's the 100 up for the Nomads. Rupert Crawford standing tall and slicing that through. Very good shot. Authoritative shot, I must say. 15 off 26. Nomads 102 for 9. Good shot. That's proper cricket. Not much the bowler can do about that. Maybe slightly short of length, but there's a proper good shot there. Well played, Rupert. Mayur in again. Pulled in the gap. They're going to get 1, but they come back for 2. I think Rupert's called for 2. Oh, it's going to be difficult here for Keshav to get back. The fielder, not sure who's out there, took a moment before firing the throw, and I think it might be Stu Tohill. Just took a moment before he released the ball, then fired in right away. Allows Keshav to hurry back in for the 2. So Rupert moves on to 17. Nomads 104. Very good stuff here from the quick man, quick bowler Rupert. We've not seen much of his batting this season. What a shot! What a shot, Rupert Crawford. He's putting on a show here, Rupert. With that boundary, takes him 21 of 28. Excellent fight back here from Crawford. 108 for 9 of 30.4. Mayur Patel, 2 boundaries in the over. How's he going to bounce back? That one a little bit too full in the slot, and Rupert not hesitant to go over the top. They've got long off back. They've got a sweep on the offside. That bisected the gap into the long ball greens. Short, wide, appeal for the caught behind. He's got him. The entertainment has come to an end. Rupert Crawford, probably one of the worst balls Valuers pulled in this spell, drags it short and wide, has a big swing, gets a thin edge, keeper does the rest. And the Nomads all out for 108 in 30.5 overs. Let's take you quickly through the batting scorecard. Rosley, top score 28 of 48, and Rupert there 21 of 29. Coming in at number 8, the second highest score. George Luke got 11 of 13, but all in all, nothing to write home about. The Gap Ramblers superb in the field. Stu Tohill, Garrett Curry, the 2 picks for the bowlers. Stu Tohill 7 overs, 2 for 22 with the new ball, including a good cotton bowl. Garrett Curry 7 overs, 4 for 25 through the middle with an even better cotton bowl of his own. Tom Hicks 1 for 21 in his 7. Mosa Khan 1 for 13 in his 5, and Mario Patel 2 for 19 4.5. Excellent all-round performance from the Ramblers. The veterans have done well here, the Ramblers. They've put in a good job. And the Nomads, well, they have to do something special here in the field if they're to defend that. Time for the innings break. We'll join you again in about 10 to 15 minutes. Stay tuned.
Yeah, all right, mate. Here you go. Only to this man.
Tough for you boys. Been a lot, seen a long runs. Yeah, Tom, isn't it? Yeah, that one. No problem. Good. Earlier in the session. Okay, let's go. Right, Nitesh, come on, we're going to rock the mic.
Dixie,
I'm right.
you have to unfortunately join me.
That's it. You're getting a bit of stick out there for.
Have a seat.
Here we go.
Just keep in mind the mic's always live.
Mike's always live. Good to see you guys.
Welcome back, one and all. I've got Tom Hicks with me over here. So, Tom, how was the first innings? I mean, it looks like it's a slow track over here. Would you say that's a fair assumption?
Hi, man. I think it's a good track. I think it's Pete's done another belter here for the weekend of two double headers, two derby games. Yeah, I think it's slow if you drop it short. But I think if as a batter you can get in there, and I think we'll see. You only know, don't you, when you've had both teams bat on it. So hopefully we can get two partnerships and then see this through.
Absolutely, and your figures were outstanding today. You've rolled your arm perfectly today. What was the trick today? Like, what was the discussion coming into today's game?
Thanks, mate. I think it was okay after the first two overs. Dragged it back pretty well there. I think George Luke was keen to get on top, and always nice to see the back of him. He's a dangerous player. I think it's been a tricky season for the Nomads because they haven't played. They've been stuffed by the rain a bit. We know what that's like. We've had that before at the expense of the Nomads. So I think they're probably a bit rusty. I think the other batsmen will look back at some shots that they played and probably be disappointed that they didn't dig in and build an innings and build a partnership. Personally, yeah, good. Nice pitch to bowl spin on. Happy to be playing tomorrow for the Wanderers as well. To have another go on this pitch, but get it in the right spot. I think it'll do a lot for the spinners. So I think it'd be good for us to get a start against the seamers here.
Now, we always talk about something, and it's a three-letter word. NRR. Are we going after that? What is the discussion in that changing room? Are we going in 10 overs for 109?
I think it's all about the result. I think for us, we've got some pretty aggressive players in the team, so I don't think we'll be going out to try and blitz it and have an early finish. No, I think just one or two good partnerships and get the win.
So 109 is good enough?
109 is good enough, yeah. Absolutely.
Well ball today, and I hope you have a good day.
Thanks, Iman.
Cheers.
Cheers. You want to stay with you for a bit?
Yeah, do you mind just filling in who's on strike, who's off strike on the bowler? So that was Tom Hicks with me, as he was the best bowler
Well, that's
in the lineup. Brilliant figures. And the Ramblers have started with a boundary, so clearly looking to do something here. Straight down the leg side again. Aryan Chandramani sprinting towards it and cuts it down for a single. The required run rate just at 3 and over. And the Gap Ramblers already 5 for 0 in just 2 balls. We were talking about this, Hicksy, by the way, that the Gap Ramblers were totally energized in the field for their full 30 odd overs and put a lot of pressure with the field inside, especially when you were bowling, you had a leg slip inside. I mean, what was going through your head at that time? Like, we never see Saturday League, we never see a short leg inside.
Yeah, I like doing that. We've done well this season, the Ramblers, and it's nice for me to come back from long injury layoff and into a successful side with a couple of new faces. And I think we've won games, but we haven't quite been ruthless in some of those wins. We've just allowed teams to get back in. So that was really the talk today at the drinks break. Was we just got a couple of wickets. We got rid of Matt Rossley, which is always a big one, and I think it was about them just being ruthless and keeping the standards high, and all the guys bought into that right the way through. And I think that did cause pressure.
And would you say it's fair enough that Curry picking up 4 wickets for 25? He's been outstanding today. I mean, he's the best left armer we have.
Oh, I've got to be careful about that because we've got Mohsin and Stewart in our side as well. He also bowled well, but he's great for Gare. He's a really dangerous cricketer. He's good, very strong middle order batter, fantastic fielder. I mean, the catch off his own bowling was just a worldie, really. And he bowled beautifully, and he deserved the wickets today. Sometimes he bowls with not much luck, so also I think it's nice for him. Shame he didn't get 5 in the end, but it was a team effort with the ball, and every single one of us, I think, in that unit did what they were asked to do. And this is looking like a really great start for us here with a couple of great thoughts from Jack Dorling through the colours.
Yeah, Meta started it off, and now Dorling says, I want to join the party over here.
I haven't seen much of Jack Dorling since he joined the club, and if those 2 cover drives are anything to go by, he's going to be a great addition. He's just lent on them, and they've absolutely flown through the covers. Another Englishman as well, which is nice to see.
And we did ask you at that halfway stage that, are you going for it at 10 overs, which would require you to go at 10 per over, and you're sitting at 9 for 0 after 5 balls.
Well, there we go. Maybe they had a chat without me there, but just some really nice batting there.
Yeah, top stuff. It's a very good over.
The thing in these playing up here at the gap, Aman, is I always think the ball is dangerous for maybe 8 overs, 8, 9, 10 overs, the new ball, and then it just settles down. So trying to get 2 or 3 wickets, I think, for the Nomads here is going to be crucial for them. It looks like Daniel Klein, ex-Nomad skipper, is going to take the new ball from this end. And people are talking about him as being the successor to Stewie Tohill, the GOAT, with a short run-up and very little pace, but good skills. So he looks innocuous, but I think he could be a danger man in.
Well, we had a nickname for him. He was always called the Iceman, because under any pressure he would always take it cool and would not really worry about anything.
Yeah, he's got that demeanour, hasn't he? Really good servant of the Nomads. Good servant of the club. He and I have had some good battles in the last few years that we've been playing against each other. I think we've won some and lost some, But no, it's always nice to play against the Nomads and have a beer afterwards, whether we win or lose. So hopefully it'll be a win today.
For sure, it's going to be a win today for you guys. Because you've already started with a flyer, you're looking at 2.94 per over. That's pretty doable in HKCC with the quick outfield over here.
There we go, first ball from Klein, and he already hits the pad, and big shout, probably hopeful shout rather than a confident shout, I think, sliding down, but he just has that little knack, like Stuart, just to wobble it around and people will get caught in two minds.
The other thing we were talking about was the gaps in the field when you guys were bowling, but I don't think that made any difference to whatever the result was. We were probably thinking the batsman could get twos, put pressure on the fielders there. I think we had a game.
I think we had a game plan with our fielding positions that, if you mentioned having the short leg or the sort of leg slip there, and it is something we've done before. It's something I think if the ball is spinning and bouncing, I think I've always been someone that thinks that aggression is a good way of defence. If you get wickets, it's the best way of keeping a side down. So I think it worked today. We didn't get a wicket from it, but I think it also creates gaps where people have to play against the spin or play an aggressive shot where it isn't on, and I think it did work well for us today.
Just talking about aggression in the field, and probably that just evades a slip fielder. Could be the boundary, or just sticks to one, it plugs up. Talking about aggression and spin, it's a fun fact for you. I play in the GCC, and as you know, spin is a vital factor in those countries. And in Dubai, we had a game, and I'd put in 5 slips and a gully and a short leg.
For a spinner?
For a spinner. And how much do you think that team was rolled out for?
Not many. I've got a feeling if you can put that sort of field in, you're going to be rolling them over.
You're right, 26 was the final score. They were rolled out, and we chased it in 2 overs.
There we go.
So,
it is funny. I think in world cricket, I think the stats also said it, don't they? That some of the most important bowlers are your spinners, even in T20 cricket. And I think definitely at this level, you have if you have 1 or 2 good spinners. We've been lucky with the Ramblers over the last few years. Maya Patel's come in this year. He's been fantastic. Saptarshi Mukherjee, who's not played today, but he's been very effective for us. And a couple of years ago, obviously, the great David Varley was always a big competitor for us. So we've benefited from having good spinners. As a spinner myself, it allows me just to try and bowl my 7 and get through that and try and just keep it tight and then put pressure on. I'm not sure who's going to bowl spin for the Nomads today.
We also had a discussion saying that probably 170 would be a fighting total. But unfortunately we didn't touch it, but
no.
Would you probably agree that 170 was going to be something on this wicket?
I think with a derby game, 170 is always going to give you a chance. I think what I'd say, the pitch over the last 2 years has really changed. I think 2 years ago in Saturday cricket, 170 was probably par, if not above par, and now there's more pace in it. I think there's more in it for the batsman, and I think we would back ourselves to win most games chasing 170. I think now 180, 190 is what you need to be confident of a win. And I think it's good. It's just created better cricket. I think that the better batsmen can make hay, and I think that the better bowlers, those pacers with genuine pace, and spinners that genuinely bowl hard and spin it, get benefit. Whereas people that bowl sort of just military medium, I think you can get on top of them, and that's the way cricket should be. I think you should get away with just being able to run in and put it on the spot. But 170, Nomads have always come out hard, so they seem a bit subdued today.
Yeah, that's a fun fact. You said Nomads come out hard, and this was something I said when we started the commentary immediately. I said that probably the Nomads would bank on Connor Hickey in the power play, just come out and really whack them out of here, because he is a range hitter, as we know. Any team discussions in yours that probably he was the first wicket to fall, and you guys must have been delighted that one guy is back in the shed?
Always nice to see the back of Connor, of course. They've got a good batting lineup. We've got a lot of respect for their players, but they I think they were a bit rusty today, and I think they came out probably didn't take enough time to get into the game. I think if they look back, a lot of the wickets were given away to us, and that helps obviously because then you can actually get amongst it. But I don't think we got many wickets today. I think they gave away a lot of them. They'll look back and disappointed. But that comes from not, having not played much cricket as well. So you can get in the nets as much as you like, but actual match practice makes all the difference.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on com. I was saying we actually train a lot with these guys in a mixed session on a Tuesday and Thursday, and probably Connor, if he played that shot in the nets, he would have been like, you know what, the fielder may have dropped that or it's gone over the man there. But today was not going to be that story. I mean, it's really carried to the fielder.
And look, not many people get the better of Stu Tohill over the years. He looks like that sort of guy that you can give a whack to, but again, he came out on top of that one. And what did he go for? Like maybe 20 in his 7 overs. So it was just the classic spell from the GOAT, to be fair.
Yeah, he's the veteran, as we say, of HK Cricket Club, compared to how Daniel Pascoe is called the veteran of KCC.
He's about twice Daniel's age, I'd have thought.
Yeah.
An amazing catch as well of his own bowling. Caught and bowled to get rid of George Loop, and he dropped one later, but he's very fit. I think he's 54, Stuart, so maybe 154. He's a very, very good sportsman, and we're always surprised if he shells one. But it's been great to have him back in the side today, and he's obviously a club favourite.
And if I'm right, he is a Kiwi, so given you guys have got a good start and you don't need much, probably going to go into the bar and see what the Kiwis are situations like in the test match.
Well, yes, Stuart's always happy to bring sport up, international sport, when it's going well for the All Blacks or the Black Caps or otherwise. So he's been a bit quiet today after Harry Brooks' big 100 and a deficit of 150. I'm actually getting to go out there. It's going to be fun. Actually, I'm going to go to the Hamilton test, the 3rd test over there. So
that would be good.
I'd be lucky to have that opportunity. And that's one of the great things about Hong Kong Cricket Club, I think, and Hong Kong cricket in general, is that you meet people from a whole range of different countries, and that creates rivalry not only on the pitch but also in the sport off the pitch as well.
And I'm sure if you guys went hard at this total, which you're totally trying to do, it wouldn't affect much if 1 or 2 fell, because you have the likes of young Shiv Mathur, who is probably the most destructive youngster in Hong Kong. And then you've also got the likes of Rory Keynes, who is a really good captain. And I mean, like in Sunday League, I've seen him hitting big hundreds.
He's been in great form, Rory, and Shiv has really grown as a cricketer. I think that's one of the great things to see is young guys, coming through. We've had his brother playing Veer for a few games, and he's really stepped up as well. But it's been lovely to see someone like Shiv come through, and he's obviously played for the Nomads as well on his way up, and getting recognition now at international level is really lovely to see, and I think really well deserved. He's a young guy who works really hard at his game, and he's good value in the dressing room, and he works hard. He's become a much better fielder. He bowls well. He can keep wicket if you want him to, but fundamentally he's a really solid bat, and I'm going to keep an eye on his career because he's an exciting young player.
It's definitely exciting, because I was batting with him in under 17. It was against Lantau, and we had a partnership of 180 between us.
How many did you get there? A month?
48,
20?
Unfortunately. Yeah, I just chipped it back to the fielder, but he went on to score 140 in that match, and it's a 35 over game.
I do joke with him that he owes the Ramblers a few runs. I think he has now got his debut 50 for the Ramblers, but he's probably not long for Saturday cricket. I think that he's going to be, Premier League, internationals. I don't know what his ambitions are. Whether he's going to have a little look at trying to go into India and make it big. I'm not sure. But if I were him, I would give it a go.
Yeah.
Then you only know how good you are if you test yourself against the best.
We saw Anshuman Rath do it. He went off to India, took a break from Hong Kong. Unfortunately, things don't go in some people's favour, but I mean, there's no harm in giving it a shot. And I think for Shiv, it's more of going to the US, because his school is a US school, and he was with Adit Gurwara. So if both of them play for the US, I think that's quite promising, to be honest.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's they're smart guys as well at it, and and Shiv, and obviously I'm an educator, and I think it's so nice to have guys who can balance their academics and continue to learn as well as playing really high caliber cricket. I think that's a really good balance, because you never know, you get injured, you're going to need a career. Obviously you hope that they get an opportunity and can do that. I mean, Anshuman, and you know what I think about Anshi is that he's come back with a real humility to Hong Kong Cricket Club. You know, since he's been back, he's added huge value on and off the pitch. Really great guy to be around. Same thing with Ragi Kapoor, who also went off and came back. And there's something about the club, I think, which supports young players going through, but they also want to come back, and that's really lovely.
Talking about lovely, it's a lovely day here in the Hong Kong Cricket Club, as that'll go for 4. No fine leg in play, and that will be a boundary to Jack Petters. If we look at what was happening with the Nomads, they were 14 without loss at this stage in their innings, and the Ramblers are off to 19.
23, I think. You're missing a 4.
Oh, there was another boundary.
I think maybe we missed one from Jack early on. But yeah, no, good, great start. We'd have taken this, of course.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah, you're absolutely right. When you're defending a small total, you really want to have a couple of early wickets. And I think the two Jacks, Dorling and Metters, have shown real judgment here. They've showed real restraint in terms they haven't gone out to try and go at 10 and over. And actually, by being patient, they've actually probably are going at about 7 or 8. So you mentioned our batting lineup. We've got there are strong players in there. Shiv is one of them. Obviously, Rory you mentioned. But there's I'd like to think we bat all the way down here. So you don't want to rely on other people, though. I think I would be very happy for us to knock this off, 0 or 1 down today. Let's get the job done. But it's a beautiful day up here. There's no better place to be on a Saturday. And a big game tomorrow as well. The Wanderers against the Scorps.
Yeah, that's going to be a cracking encounter, as mentioned. It's going to be. I don't know if Nazakat is playing tomorrow.
He is playing.
He is playing, so we're going to see the Hong Kong captain up against probably youngsters from the Wanderers side.
Nazakat will be playing for the Wanderers.
Yeah, and then we've got the Scorpions, who were short of few players.
Okay.
And some youngsters like Parth, I think, made it back into that team. So it's going to be interesting. It's really going to be an interesting contest, for sure.
And of course, watching Nazakat in the sixes was great fun. Calling him the Prince of Hong Kong cricket. No, I've got our Wanderers side here. I'm not sure what the Scorpion side is. And actually, Maya Patel. We didn't mention his bowling, but he's playing for the Wanderers.
He'll be playing for the Wanderers, and Parth is playing for the Wanderers.
And Parth is playing for the Wanderers. Parth's done brilliantly this year coming into that side. Picked up, I think, 4 wickets in the last game. And again, we're going to talk about young players coming through and given the opportunity, and they really stepped up. So that's a good side we've got there tomorrow.
It's going to be a cracking game for sure.
Absolutely. What better place than to be than tomorrow? Come down to the club,
have a beer,
have some lunch. It'll be really high quality cricket, I think, tomorrow. As you say, captain of Hong Kong cricket, Martin Coetzee playing. Be some of Hong Kong Cricket Club's biggest names, and see another big shot down the ground.
Now, I don't know if you know about it, but India and Pakistan, they always have that contest. It's the biggest contest in the world when India and Pakistan come together.
Correct.
And today, India and Pakistan are playing each other in under 19.
Are they really? I didn't know that. Where is the game played?
It's being played on the Dubai International Cricket Stadium for the Asia Cup.
Right.
I wonder where viewers are going. Are they going to go to watch that?
Well, that's going to be a big one, isn't it?
Can't miss it.
And it's there's a bit of controversy at the moment, isn't there, around India and Pakistan ahead of the
Champions Trophy,
Trophy, isn't it? Of course. It's a shame when politics and sport mix,
clash.
But I tell you, when India and Pakistan clash, it's always a
cracking game.
Great game. In fact, I think the record sellout for a game in England is India v Pakistan
Yeah.
no, I think a World
Better
Cup
than
game.
England and Australia, I think,
Yeah.
at this point.
Well, there's actually a lot of good cricket going on around the world, isn't there? With the series, the Border Gavaskar Trophy in
Right,
Australia, and India again winning the first Test comfortably, having been rolled out in that first innings, and they've won the last two series in Australia, which is unheard of, really. Very few sides go in there and win. So, who's your money on for that in a 5-test series?
I never like to bet when it comes to India. They're an unpredictable side, especially when we're talking about a pink ball test match. We know Australia are formidable in that format and that ball.
So pink ball in Adelaide, is that?
Yeah, it was where India were 36 all out in
Yes.
2018.
Of course, and there's been talk of it being a bigger series than the Ashes, which is as an Englishman is hard to hear, but there you go.
Yeah.
In fact, it'd be a good series in New Zealand as well. England against New Zealand will be really.
Is this Keshav bowling?
This I think is it Keshav? Is it coming early? Looks like it might be.
I'll just
So this
check.
is Keshav Mathur, is it?
Keshav Mathur, he's on debut today.
He is. Is he what part of the Mathur dynasty?
No, he's not.
He's a different family.
I'm sure his parents would love to have a third Mathur playing for Hong Kong, making Hong Kong proud.
So the young off-spinner here. What do you know about Keshav?
I just know that he bowled one ball to me and went for 6 runs. That's what I know about him.
Yeah, I wasn't asking about you, but I got a very brief
I'll
message.
just confirm if it is Keshav.
I think it must be. And he's just been cut away there. Metters has got that one away back with a point for a boundary towards the pavilion. There, just dropped a little short, and you'll see today, with the pitch being slow, as you mentioned, Aman, that just sits up that short ball, and he's going to need to just get his pace up a little bit and get his length a bit further forward. But first couple of balls, he looks like a young man who's trying to put some energy on the ball, which is a good sign. Not a tall spinner. He's not blessed with huge height, so he's going to have to work hard to get the pace up, especially against Jack Metters. He's coming again now. They're nice areas, but it's always nice to see young spinners coming into the game, not being scared on small boundaries to throw it up even against a top order batsman. A single from Metters just into the leg side there. And actually, so far, without tempting fate, it's looked quite comfortable for the Gap Ramblers. Made a really solid start in the chase of 109 against the Nomads. Disappointing 109, I think, for the Nomads, who, coming into the game with not much cricket, have really suffered from the weather over the past 2 or 3 months with the unseasonal typhoons that we've had. Here's Keshav, young Keshav Mathur, he's up and he's bowling at Jack Dawling this time. He has dropped that in short, too short, and it's just been pulled out comfortably to deep mid wicket for a single for Dawling. These two batters, the two Jacks, Metters and Dawling, both boys from England, both from Sussex, in fact. Left-hand, right-hand combination, and they're looking extremely solid in pursuit of the Nomads 109.
Daniel Klein, the Iceman, to continue. 31 for 0, Gap Ramblers. Yeah, I think that over from Keshav wasn't too bad. Just dropped one short and paid the price. But yeah, not too bad. Well, that's great fielding.
Not an easy game to come as a debutant spinner, I think, when you've only got 108 on the board.
Yeah.
He did okay. He's going to need to pitch it up, I think, and get his pace up. But they'll have those nerves will be out of the fingers now. Hopefully he'll, next 2 or 3 overs, he can get into a better rhythm.
And you always like to hear Mr. Hickey start shouting in the fields.
Well, each to their own. Yeah, the big bear lurking at mid-wicket there, hoping to get that breakthrough the Nomads so desperately need.
Played a lot of games with Connor. He's quite a nice guy. I think it's only when he gets out early playing a stupid shot he'll come and throw his bat on his kit bag. Other than that, really nice guy.
Super guy, Connor. Yeah. Really. I've really enjoyed getting to know Connor in the years that I've been. I think he joined the club same year as I did, in 2020, and yeah, since he's been captain of the Nomads, he's really built a really great atmosphere, ethos in that team. Dan Klein started that, and they were a bit in the doldrums, and with some good team selection and a real fighting spirit, they've gone, back-to-back trophies, I think. Which hurts as a former Ramblers captain, but it's made for a really good rivalry, and credit to them. And I've been on tour with Connor to Mumbai earlier in the year, which is
how was that tour?
Wow. I mean, where do we go? Where do we start? I think I got in a lot of trouble, because when I came back, I said in front of my wife that it was the best thing I've done, bar none. So I have to be careful about saying that. But from a cricketer's point of view, it was very much a bucket list.
Yeah.
A bucket list of experience, playing on former Test grounds, IPL grounds, going to watch a game of the IPL was amazing, and also playing then on sort of more grassroots on the Maidans. Amazing hosting from the clubs that we saw there. Bombay Gymkhana, Cricket Club of India, fantastic. In fact, Akash Shah is playing today. Was a great host for us. He comes from Mumbai, and he really looked after us, as did Kinshit Shah. So we had a great time. I would recommend it to anyone to get the opportunity. And part of being a club like this, you just get those opportunities to play in places that many people don't. So looking forward, hopefully, to. I know there's a tour in Singapore later in the year. I think I might miss that one for work, but I'll be back in the UK in the summer, and I'm hoping very much that might get to play against the club for the MCC at Lords, at the home of cricket, which will be an amazing experience. If anyone gets a chance to do that, I mean, it's just once in a lifetime.
Yeah, Lords is best.
Now he's Gurn Keshav here he does seem to have got a bit of rhythm, and he's thrown that right outside the off stump, and I think that was a really aggressive bit of bowling, which I think he might be fancying his chances now. He's got a bit of a spring in his step.
If young Keshav here can make an inroad of about 1 wicket or even 2 wickets, I think slight bit of pressure would come on the Ramblers on the runs, because they're behind what HKCC Nomads were at, with a wicket down. I think probably then Shiv will have to come in, or Rory would have to come in and make a statement over here.
Oh, he's just called a wide there, which I think is tough, because Keshav has learned, he's picked up very quickly that this is a pitch to throw it outside the off stump, particularly with the small total. He's got to be aggressive and go for wickets, and he's started to throw it outside the off stump. He's coming up again here, and that's the danger. He's just gone a bit too loopy there and been pumped for just for 1.
Got away with that one, actually, in truth.
Yes, I think you're right. Occupational hazard, I think. If you're a loopy off spinner, your margin for error is small, but the risk reward is high, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of respect there.
Very good over, 2 runs off it. 34 for 0. It's proving to be that spin is a bit of a worry on this wicket, and you have to be cautious. But
Well, yeah, that's right, and easy to give your wicket away to spin if you're not careful. So I think we've been watchful.
yeah,
No pressure on the scoreboard, despite being slightly behind where Nomads were. I think the overall rate, we're well up with that.
they were 13 runs ahead. I mean, that doesn't matter in the dressing room if you're behind or ahead of your opposition. Teasing that
could
fielder
be
there.
4 runs off the Iceman there, just over the header backward point.
Matters getting a boundary there.
Dorling, right-handed. Loose ball from Klein, rare loose ball, and carved over the infield. Deserved 4, but almost a chance.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Dorling has done a great job, to be honest.
And he's just backed it up with a little nudge through the mid-wicket. Frustrating for Klein, I think, that he wants to be miserly and just Ramblers finding ways to score.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas I think we, in the first innings, we bowled a few maidens and managed to get some overs in a row, build some pressure.
Shot.
That was a wide half volley, wasn't it? And got away with that.
Oh, off the toes. Saves some runs there.
Jack Metters is right up there at the top of the run scoring for Saturday League cricket this year, and I think he's someone that oppositions really rate, and I think that until you've got him out, you're going to struggle against the Ramblers, because he can also be devastating with his run scoring.
Oh, directed would have been close.
Yeah, 1 run that's around the corner from Dorling, and again just knocking it around. Not a huge amount of aggression, but just ticking that scoreboard over.
Yeah.
Nomads haven't quite managed to get a foothold in the game, have they?
Oh, now that will be some discussion afterwards. Where did that ball go?
That came off the other batsman.
Yeah, it came
Foot.
off his pads.
Goodness.
Really good stuff here from the Gap Ramblers. They're not losing patience.
No, this is exactly the start that they'd have wanted. Scoring without too many risks, and knowing they've got a long batting order to come, but not throwing it away as a result of that. And fair play to the Nomads for getting young Keshav Mathur on early. I think easy to not back a young spinner, but yeah, you can give credit to Connor Hickey again there in terms of backing his youngsters. Something he does really well, I think.
Yeah, Keshav, I've spoken to a lot of people. He is a promising talent, that is for sure. I won't be surprised to see him in Sunday League in some time. Just need to give him a few more Saturday games, see the potential, and then we know the club is always fair to give chances.
And again, he's just shown confidence to throw that ball up and outside the off stump, which played well by Jack Dorling, nudged down to not long on, but it's good to see. I think too many spinners these days are reluctant to throw the ball above the eye line. With short form cricket, I think you get a lot of people sort of whizzing it through. Sometimes that's the way to go. I appreciate that, but I think I'm a bit more of a purist, and I like to see this. There he goes up again. This time Metters just turns it around the corner for 1, but he's giving the ball a chance to spin. I think if he can get more action on the ball, and a bit more pace, he'll be very dangerous. And very orthodox as well, isn't he? He doesn't bowl. He's not sort of an Ashwin or someone who's looking to throw it and bowl deuceras. He's a classical old off spinner. But the Ramblers are finding ways just to nurdle it around.
That is correct. Now there's the risk. I was talking about taking on the field, and that was something we were saying in the first innings, Nitesh and I, that with the field up, if they just try and nudge it around, the Nomads could have certainly got at least 5 to 6 more runs, maybe even more than that. But it actually puts pressure on you in the field.
Oh, 100%. 100%,
Um,
absolutely agree with that. And I think that you said about 170 as a target being challenging. And I think even if Nomads had put a couple of partnerships together and with singles,
yeah.
it suddenly becomes a different game, doesn't it? And then someone whacks 20 at the end and you get to 150, 160, momentum goes with you, and they look very flat now, the Nomads. They've had 2 or 3 overs of energy, but they look flat. They need something to happen, and they don't have the runs on the board to put pressure on now. So we've got a change in the bowling this end, but it looks.
I think it's Dan Crowther.
It's like my old MC partner from the summer party.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Really nice bloke. He's quick.
He's effective. He's a nice guy. Also a teacher at German Swiss school. Nice guy. It's a shame he's Australian, but yeah. Aside from that, he's a good guy, and he can be very effective. And this sort of pitch might suit him. He bowls very straight, wicket to wicket. Doesn't look to do too much with the ball, but is always asking questions. And he might be the guy today. You never know. He might be the guy to make the breakthrough.
Certainly, yeah. Just a bit of energy coming from Connor, just trying to get his troops together, and that's what he needs to do as a captain. I mean, if not him, then the whole team goes flat, as we were saying. That is correct.
They need someone to step up, don't they?
Yeah.
Wide down the leg side. They've got guys in there who know the score, though, don't they? They've got, we talked about Daniel Klein. You've got Toby Brown in there. Toby Brown's another Nomad who is a game changer. On his day with bat and ball can be really effective. Akash, Aryan Chandramani, another great, good little young player.
Yeah, I mean, his quick bowling could actually come into use at one point.
Well, it's interesting. He hasn't had a bowl yet, and nor has Rupert Crawford.
Which is quite interesting, to be honest.
Very interesting. I don't know whether Rupert's hurt himself. He's holding his shoulder there at mid-wicket, and he also was holding it when he was batting. It looks like he's in a lot of pain, actually, which is horrible because he's an interesting talent. So I think maybe Connor needs to just mix things up here, just shuffle his pack, see what works. I'd be surprised if Toby Brown doesn't have a little go in a minute.
It will be very interesting if your side are 100 for 8. That would definitely bring something on here.
I'd be upset if we get to 100. But yeah, you never know. You never know. Things could happen in cricket, but everything's in the Ramblers' favour here at the moment.
Yeah.
The weather is stunning. It's not a breath of wind out there. It's very comfortable batting conditions. The pitch looks very docile. A little bit of spin in it. Not much here for Crowther in his first over. I'd say it's only the Ramblers that can lose it from here. Aman, are there any other games going on in the Saturday Division 1 today, do you know?
Not too sure about that. I'm unfortunately too focused with how you guys have gone about stuff. End of that over. 46 without loss. So Keshav has bowled 3, Kleiny has bowled 5, Akash 3. Are we going to probably see Chandramani is the question. Nope, it's going to be Keshav. So really backing his spinner here, Konehiki. He certainly believes.
Well, that's good. I think he hasn't done anything wrong so far. He's got his arm around the shoulder there, and he's obviously chatting about what the plan is. Looks like in Division 1, Lama have made a great start against Charlie Bears. That's a big game. That actually both of those sides could challenge at the top of this division. 2-5-8 for 4 Lama down at Mission Road, and Charlie Bears in return have had a big start, 26 off the first couple of overs, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the two of those sides up in the top 3 or 4 this season. There's been a few changes around some of the teams. Obviously this game is a big game for both teams here, but if the Cap Ramblers win this, they're in pole position, and the Nomads really needing probably to win every game after Christmas.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit tough for them, but things can change. We've seen it happen before, it can always happen. That's pulled away.
And that was that short one. You
And-
can't afford that here.
Yep, and that's belted away to the boundary. Doling seriously saying, now let's get a move on. 50 comes up for the Cap Ramblers here in quick time.
This is good news, Aman. His helmet off, isn't it now? Helmet's come off, means business.
Yeah, I mean, that's the sort of width we were saying you can't offer to somebody. And I think even I was calculating
And
with
again,
Nitesh, and again, it's 4 more. I mean, you can try and run 2 as well, but it'll get there here because it's a quick outfield. I was speaking to Nitesh because there were a few balls. Now, Chandramani's on his knees, so obviously it's become flat. But actually, the Ramblers also gave a few short balls, but it was not capitalized on. There was some outside off stump where they could have punched it and probably got 2 runs there. Make that tally keep going. There was some on the pads initially with the new ball. It was going on the pads. A flick would have got them 4. But I don't think the Cap Ramblers are here to just wait around. They're here to talk business today.
It looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, really, really pleased with this performance so far. Ruthless with the ball. Some very, very good catching out there today. A couple of really good caught and bowls. Dorling's single there, and Dorling and Messers have come out, as you say, with intent, but just controlled intent. Jack Dorling seems to be hitting the middle of the bat comfortably. A couple of great cover drives early, and he's shown he can pull the ball as well. He took 5 catches today as keeper as well, so he's had a great day today.
If I look back, I mean, obviously you are in the Cap Ramblers side, but since it's a derby, let's go back to the Nomads innings.
Of course.
I remember that the first wicket was Connor. He got caught over there. But I just feel in that power play, if they at least took 1 boundary from the over and they just keep rotating strike like the Ramblers are doing, certainly they would have been in a prime position to go to at least 150. And again, there's a gap over there. That's going to be 4 more.
And maybe it's just 1 over too many here for young Keshav.
Yeah.
And really good batting. I think you're right, Emma. I think you have to go with intent, and it puts pressure on the bowlers. That's what I think. Go back to my first over, and George Loop was obviously very keen to use his feet and come down, and then I dragged a couple down. So it definitely makes a difference when someone's coming at you rather than if you're being allowed. It was a great comeback after being to 3 fours. He's come back with an absolute beauty.
So 14 runs off the over, and we are at 60 for 0 after 13.
And you asked about net run rate here, but Ramblers, without trying anything major, really doing well with that run rate. So yeah, I don't know, the Nomads, it was really sort of 0 or nothing, wasn't it? Or 0 or 100%. They got out playing big shots. Connor was an example.
Yeah.
George Loop was an example. Ariane swished at a wide one. Kleiny the same. So I just think there was not enough thinking of just dig in, and only Rupert Crawford really at the end who thought, oh, we'll dig in and bat for some time, because there are runs out there. There's no doubt. The Ramblers bowled well. Stuart Tohill at the top is always going to be challenging. Mo Soon is probably the best I've seen him bowl.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of overs for me, it's
that could be out. That is out.
Goodness.
There is the wicket, and that's Doling. I think that's run out.
It is. A strange one. No need for that, was there? He eased it down to the 3rd man. There was obviously a mix-up with Metters, who was it a yes/no, and by the time Dorling turned around to get back, it was a fantastic throw from Chandramani. I think very fast, and a good take by Flory there, and tight call, but out he went, and maybe that's the chink of light that the Nomads need to get back into this game. But really well played from Jack Dorling, and a shame because they were going so well.
Saying that, it brings out the youngster we were talking about in Shiv Mathur.
Absolutely, and you know, maybe the future Prince of Hong Kong cricket. Who knows?
Yeah, he trains with Nazakat, and he's holding a Grey Nichols bat like Nazakat. So for sure, I think yes, we can call him the young Prince of Hong Kong cricket, the youth prince.
The youth prince, yeah.
Yeah, I mean his brother is also coming up the league. I remember when he was in U13, he managed to score 400s in a row.
Young Veer or Shiv?
Veer Mathur.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. They're a promising sight to watch.
Another amazing bit of fielding from Hurrian down there, who's suddenly, you said he was on his haunches a minute ago. He's definitely come alive now, isn't he? A run out,
1 wicket.
a run out, and a sliding stop there to keep Shiv on naught. Yeah, just the volume's gone up, hasn't it? It's amazing what a wicket will do. And Crowther again, tails up now. And he's found the outside edge again from Shiv. There's 2 balls and 2. He's found the outside edge. Oh, the pitch doesn't look quite so flat now, does it?
It's your mate's bowling now, so.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it? Yeah, it was so flat before, and so the Ramblers looked in total control, and just 1 wicket now. Let's
changes
see.
the game.
Yeah, changes the game. It does. See it
That's
all the time.
simply cricket. That is the definition. And now Chandramani coming up.
To a second position.
Well, now Connor Hickey is coming with some plans. Oh my
Crowther
word!
suddenly looks like Glenn McGrath out there. He's just, that one looks like it's just straight under it. It's beaten Shiv on the outside edge.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Really good.
No, you know, there's been a bit of there'll be a lot of chat up there now because there's a notable absence from the Nomad side today in Sahal Malvanaka.
Yeah.
And
I think for Shiv it's kind of just rebuilding, refocusing. Target isn't much. You've got 127 balls to score 40 odd runs. Yeah, I don't think there's much pressure on him.
no, there shouldn't be. Just getting through the first few balls of his innings, isn't it? And get off the mark, and he should be fine. But no, this a little controversy, I think, in Sahal, who's been playing Premier League cricket and international cricket. But of course, Shiv has, you know, won a cap or 2 recently for the national side, and very brilliant for him. I think the whole club are very proud of him doing that. But obviously, from the Nomad side, you know, they're questioning: is it right that an international player should be playing on a Saturday? A question, happily, I don't have to answer. We'll leave that one for the committees.
Absolutely. And that change brings a new bowler in the mix.
Well, this looks like Toby Brown.
He used to open the bowling when I was there at the Nomad side. Really promising bowler. There's nothing much about him. I think the club has really managed to make a good team selection. Everybody here can contribute in different ways.
Toby Brown, great servant of Hong Kong Cricket Club for many years now, and the Nomads. Real battler. He comes in left arm over. It's a gentle start, isn't it? But just, you know, it can be deceptive. He's got an enormous tattoo all over his back, hasn't he, Emma?
Haven't seen that. I've not seen that before.
A couple of years ago, he did a huge bit of body work.
Wow.
And we were just picking over the bones of the.
Oh, trouble! Yeah, that could be good. No.
Another phenomenal bit of fielding. That was Klein. Was it Klein?
Yeah, it looks like Kleiny.
Direct hit from mid off. Big shout, but
if that was gone, I can tell you the Gap Ramblers looking 2 down, they would certainly now be worrying slightly.
Very, very quick between the wickets, Metters. I think that not in any doubt there, but yeah, just a bit of energy, isn't there? So Toby Brown, yes, I think he went. He told me he went to Barcelona. I think all the way to Spain for, I mean, you know, tens of thousands of dollars for for this piece
Tattoo.
of this amazing tattoo that he's got there.
Of his wife, probably, you'd say.
I can't remember the intricate details of it, but it was you were telling me all about it, the sort of artwork of it all, and a very special artist that he. What was interesting, I found, I'm not particularly into tattoos, but I found interesting he didn't get to choose what it was of. It was the artist. It was the artist who said, "Oh, we're going to do this." I think there was a horse maybe in there. Anyway, there you go. Little known facts about
Toby.
one of Hong Kong's finest. Yeah.
Yeah, Shiv is playing brilliantly. Just seeing off the ball, seeing what the wicket can do. He didn't get to bowl today, so he knows a bit about the pitch, not very much about it. So I just think he's going to see off probably some number of balls and then start going on. And I said this about Connor as well, because he also had a slow start, and so did the other opener. But we realized when he's seen the pitch, it was 14 balls. He started to tee off. There were 2 opportunities. One went down, one fell short, and then the third one just went straight to hand. So
Yes, off the mark for Shiv. Is it? But see Toby Brown now. He this sort of bowling. This is almost what we say, that dibbly dobbly. But pace off the ball might be different. They've got to force the play, and can't just work it around like they have been doing.
Yeah.
And what about your cricket, Aman? You back to the Emirates soon?
Should be flying in January. Yes. Hopefully we get some cricket. I mean, this is where I praise Hong Kong cricket. Every weekend, at least, you have a chance to play cricket. In Dubai, due to the heat, due to the 8 Emirates where it's so competitive, you really get less chances. And we were lucky enough as students to form a team, and it's gone a long way, actually. We're seeing people who have an average of 96. So the ECB has some selections to think about. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a good take by Harry Flory behind the stumps.
Very neat work there, and Crowther again has just come on first ball of the new over, and he's all over Shiv at the moment.
Something's got to give at some point. We know that.
Well, there's time, isn't there, in the game? Like you said, that he doesn't need to force it, Shiv. He can just afford to take time here, get in, and he doesn't look too.
Oh, Connor!
Doesn't look too hurried. Doesn't look like he's going to play a stupid shot. He needs to think, I'm just going to be there at the end of this game with Jack Ness as the captain, and we will celebrate a nice win for the Gap Ramblers. But just now the Nomads are applying a little bit of pressure. Crowder's bowled really well. At
this stage, the Nomads were 4 runs less than what the Gap Ramblers are, but they lost 3 wickets, which was the main thing. Oh, straight up in the air! Catch taken!
There it is.
Chandramani again in the action, and Shiv unfortunately has to walk for 1 run. And this is where I was saying something has to give, and it has happened. The young Shiv Mathur will be disappointed, surely.
He's just tried to work that off to the leg side, just back of a length maybe. I don't think there was much in it. He bowled beautifully, Dan Crowther, and he's applied pressure and a big top edge straight up in the air, and Arian wasn't dropping that, was he? So the Nomads have just opened the door with that run out, and Chandramani, even though he hasn't bowled yet, is just looking like he's changed the game a little bit, and you never know. You never know.
Right, the new batsman is...
This is Jared Monkston, by the looks of it, another Kiwi. A few Kiwis knocking around today. He's been a great addition to the club since he joined last year. Very good rugby player. Just finished off his rugby career and come over. We've had a few of those. Gare Curry's another one. Matt Rossley bringing a lot to the club, and Jared's vice captain now for the Ramblers in support of Jack Metters, and he's a very, very handy batter. Also plays for the Wanderers, and he'll be hoping just to see the Ramblers home this afternoon.
Or we could go with the commentary curse with 100 for 8. It's still on because it's only 62 for 2, but you never know. Crowther will be really pumped because he's bowled 2.4 overs, given 1 run, and taken a wicket.
Yeah, he as I say, he's never underestimate Dan Carroll. He's a canny bowler. He's a competitor. And he's done well here today. And he's in again to Jared, and he's found the outside edge again. He's kept finding the edge. But Jared's off the mark there, but not convincing one bit, is it?
Not at all.
Yeah, and all came from that run out. All came from that mix up.
Yeah, I think that was the one because that partnership started to look quite dangerous and promising as well. We're at the 16th over with 1 over till drinks. I think if that partnership kept on going, we would have seen the game done by now. Surely. Or it would have been closer. 90 for something, yeah. But it's unfortunate. Rebuild. And that's a gift, I think.
That is a gift.
That is a pure gift.
That's 5 wides, and that's one of the things that can cost you in a small total, isn't it? And just the momentum as well, just shift a little bit. And Jack Metters will breathe a sigh of relief there, I think, as captain, just get the scoreboard ticking again. Shame for Crowler, he's bowled really well. But maybe that left-hand, right-hand combination just affected him there.
Now he'll be under a lot of pressure. Well done. End of that over. 16 gone. We are 68 for 2. Toby Brown to come on from the other end, from the petrol station. Last over till drinks. We're going to find out.
We'll try and get someone to come over and join you, Ahmad, for the second half of this innings. As much as I've enjoyed it, it's been a lovely afternoon here, isn't it?
It was nice having you in the com box.
Yeah, enjoyed your company. Always nice to be here, and nice to have the game live for all those people watching out there. I don't know who's there. And nice to chat cricket. Nice to talk international cricket and your time in the Emirates, and some interesting Test matches going on, and a good game going on here. Good contest, but I still think the Ramblers are on top here.
Definitely. So again, we look at this point. The Gap Ramblers 68 for 2. The Nomads are 60 for 4 at this stage. It's the wickets that really caused them the issues. The more wickets they had in hand, surely they could have gone up and above.
What was their biggest partnership, do you know? The Nomads. Can't remember many.
It was for the 10th wicket.
Was it? There you go. It tells you everything you need to know.
And it was only 20 runs. And taken! There's another! And it's Connor as well. So now you got to see when it goes to Connor's hand. Oh, you don't want to see Connor celebrating, that's for sure.
Well, I'm going to have to leave you because I might have to get some pads on if it continues like this way.
That is totally fine. It was nice having you.
Thanks,
have a good game and see you later. As we go to drinks with that wicket, we'll be back shortly after drinks.
Excellent slip catch by Connor Hickey at the stroke of drinks. Nomads now 3 down and potentially having given an opening to the Gap Ramblers 3 down and potentially have given an opening to the Nomads. Plenty to play for as we approach the final session of today's play. Mike's live, come in. Just trying to, come on. Have a seat, have a seat. Of course, we've been joined in the commentary box by Jack Darling, and I believe Mr. Mayo Patel wants to have a stint as well. See him loitering around.
Oh, it really is a fantastic day down at Wong Nai Chung Gap Road this afternoon, and the Gap Ramblers are ticking along nicely. A few quick wickets in quick succession, but 41 to win. Sheehan's got to the crease, and let's see what he can offer up as the sun starts to set from the road end. Sheehan with a back foot punch there, fielded by Rossley at cover. And a pinpoint throw by Mr. Rossley. He really does have a rocket arm.
Rocket arm Rossley.
Rocket arm Rossley. Mr. Flory didn't have to move behind the sticks.
What did you make of that slip catch by Connor Hickey?
Yeah, to be fair, my vision was actually slightly blocked, but it looked like a little bit of a safe as houses. As Sheehan goes back and punches one to Mr. Rossley again, who dynamite in the field is Mr. Rossley. Yeah, it was a good grab though. It was a good grab. Nice little dynamic to the game now with a few quick wickets.
Yeah, they've given the Nomads a sniff here.
Don't know if I'd go that far, but half a sniff maybe. It's just one for the neutral from the boys. Sheehan safe as houses with a forward defence there to Mr. Rossley.
Sheehan's a very good batsman to have coming into the situation. Batting depth on display for the Ramblers.
Yeah, just needs to manage it. Sheehan likes to play some big shots, so it'd be nice to see him knuckle down and work away as he does.
The NV Play Wasp win and score predictor 99%.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, that's fair enough. If you're offering me 100 to 1 about the Nomads, I probably wouldn't be backing it right now. Very biased, of course, as a Gap Rambler myself. But
So, from the Gap Ramblers' point of view, okay, you've lost a few wickets. You obviously don't want to mess this up, but surely it's a couple of hits away from closing out the game. Are you going to go hard right now? Or still take your time?
no, not at all. Just play every ball as it was. When Jack and myself were up there, we were just saying every 5 runs, just tick him off.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Exactly. Just manage it. It looks like Mr. Crowd's getting it to nip around a bit.
Yes, he's getting a little bit off the surface here. How did the surface play while you were?
I tell you what, it's pretty flat. There's turn out there, pretty slow turn, but there's turn nonetheless. There's definitely a little bit in it for the slower bowlers, the dibbly dobblers and the spinners. Obviously, we haven't seen the likes of Iron or Rupert onto bowl. And
Well, I think Rupert's nursing some sort of injury, some sort of niggle.
yeah, he's always nursing an injury, this old Rupert.
Old man, a young man's body.
Oh,
Really?
Pull shot from Mr. Metters, fielded at square leg by the debutant. Is it Keshav?
Keshav, yeah, he looked very impressive, Keshav.
Yeah, he bowled well. He bowled well, being thrown into the deep end for the Nomads. Bowled very well, getting some nice turn, and would have learnt a lot from today. So good on him.
He's a good prospect. You know, young spin bowlers are hard to find. You've got someone with courage and like the ability to rip it. It's a good sign.
Metters goes back and plays a half-hearted cut shot to Mr. Loop. A short extra cover. I tell you what, there are few places you'd rather be than here right now. What a fantastic day.
Beautiful club. It's beautiful when the sun's out like this, and the shadows are just starting to creep across from the road end, but it looks lovely out there.
Metters safe as houses, gets forward and prods one back to extra cover. Nomads definitely with a bit more of a fire in their belly now after those 3 quick wickets.
Yeah, they're up for it. It was a good point brought up earlier about the net run rate. This is obviously an official Championship Saturday League Division 1 match, and the Nomads are defending champions 2 years in a row. They've had 2 washouts, and on their way seemingly to a loss here.
That's a lovely shot off his legs by Metas there, down to deep mid wicket, and that's going to run away for 4. That's a lovely shot. Crowder just getting a little bit straight there on Mr. Metas, and knocks it away for 4. But yeah, as you were saying with the net run rate.
Yeah, so they've got potentially 3 results not going their way early in the season. They've dropped 4 points. That's going to make it tough for them to get back in the final from here. So the best situation from here right now for them is to drag this out as deep as they can, keep that net run rate damage to a minimum, so that at least they're in a position to challenge later on.
Crowder just straying a little bit straight again, and it's not to Rupert at mid wicket for naught.
Quiet over, except for the boundary. 41 runs required in the next 17 overs. Doing it easy. It's just 3 and over of what? Just under 3 and over.
Oh, I think it's down to, is it 37 now? 72 for 3 at the end of the 18th over?
Oh, I've got one scorecard that says 68, one says 72. I'm going to trust the one that says 72. I'm going to trust the one that says 72. There's a bit of a mismatch between Crick Heroes and our broadcast MV play scorer. I think the MV play scorer has been awkward. 72 for 3. Toby Brown's bowled well, left arm swing, slightly slingy action. I think it's my first time having a look at him bowl actually.
Coming in to start the 19th over, punched over the top by Sheehan. Is that going to run away for 4? Cash isn't going to chase it down. It's a lovely shot by Sheehan.
Very, very smart. Very straight with that shot as well. The mid-on field was quite wide there.
He's a great stroke player as well, Sheehan.
Very good batsman has coming in. If I normally bats top order, was it a conscious decision to send him down to 5 for today?
Oh, I think you'd have to ask the skipper really. I think we were just looking at depth. He's kind of been batting, as you say, at the top of the order and also down at 4, 5 and 6 on Sundays. So having him coming in now is just invaluable really. And as he prods one back there.
You also know that quite a lot of players in today's game will be back tomorrow for the second derby. The Wanderers versus the Scorpions. Will you be playing?
I'm not unfortunately. I won't be playing. I'm working. But yeah, it'd be an absolute belter. I'll definitely be listening to the commentary tomorrow.
We probably have Sheehan playing, Aryan, Rupert, Sahal will actually... No, Sahal won't play.
No, Sahal's not playing actually.
He's not playing tomorrow either. We'll have the national players back in Zakat, Martin, we'll have Luke, Adil.
Yeah, Shiv's playing as well.
Shiv will be playing, yeah. Is Veer playing, I wonder?
He is having a terrific season. As Sheehan goes back and punches one to the man at point.
I think we'll have Parth playing as well, first of all 5-4 for the Wanderers a couple of games ago. Mayur, will you be playing as well? Mayur is in action. Rosalie's in action. So a lot of guys from today as well coming back tomorrow. They wouldn't mind an early finish. Tuck the fielder for another top ball. Slowly, steadily building here at Gap Ramblers. 76 for 3 now.
Just the 33 from 90 odd balls now.
Jack Knight is very restrained so far.
He's managing it very well. Bar running out and barbecuing his fellow opener. He's batting well out there. Obviously saying from a non-biased view whatsoever.
Yeah, whose call was that?
It was the skipper's call, unfortunately. It was a yes, no, maybe so. See you later, Mr. Lawling. So
You've got that on here.
yeah, it's one that as I was walking off, I got my sincere apologies, Jack. So
Very nice.
conclusive. But no, I know where my mug of the match vote is going anyhow. Put it that way.
I did like your appeal in the first innings for one tip, one hand.
Which one was that, sorry?
Of is it Mayur, I believe, at the, towards the end.
Oh, that's pretty wide. Good hands behind the sticks there from Mr. Flory.
Flores done well. He's coming off some runs in his first game of the season for the Opties last week. Been good behind the stumps as well, Flory. 2 slips. Aryan, and is that Connor as well, the first?
That looks like Toby Brown.
Oh, Toby Brown at first, sorry, yeah.
Rather in.
Beats the bat.
Mr. Metas flaps at that one outside off. He'll be annoyed at himself for that. He'll be looking to rein it in now. Just tick it over in singles and get to 80 and 85 and go from there. But it's a terrific bowling performance and actually fielding performance. We dropped a couple of catches, the Ramblers, but There are a couple of screamers in there as well.
Gary Curry's cotton ball is in contention for catch of the season. We've had some great catches this season as well.
Stews was a belter as well.
Very good. Didn't know you could jump that high.
Neither did I. He used all his might to get up there. But Stew once again on the money. On the money this afternoon.
Dan Craft is actually bowling quite well in isolation. If you take a spell, not considering
nice hands there for Mr. Metas to run that one down and go single there.
not considering the match situation, which perhaps leans in the batsman playing him a bit cautiously, but he's actually bowled fairly well. So he's in the middle of his 5th over, just 1 for 13 so far.
Yeah, out of all the seamers, he's definitely the one getting the most out of the pitch. For the Nomads anyhow, just getting it to nibble a bit. You saw to Shiv as well, just beating him past the outside edge there, which doesn't usually happen with Shiv. So he's clearly getting it to do a bit out there, which is good to see. One for the neutral, I suppose.
78.
They've still got, if they want to use Aryan, they can use Aryan.
Surprised he's not bowled yet.
Two left-handers.
And they've got a couple of spin options. They've got actually Rosley's cutters. I think there's any others.
Two patterns.
Mr. Crowler in from the swimming pool end. Sheehan back, cutting it to Cash at point.
No run. Well, they're actually a bit short on spin. You've got Rosley's cutters if you want to pull them out there, but no one has really bowl spin in this lineup. Yeah, Keshav's got a few up his sleeve.
How many's Mr. Klein got left?
Klein's got 2. Keshav's got 3.
That's a lovely shot from Sheehan. Oh, it's going to almost plug a bit. Oh, and they're only going to get 1.
Yeah,
They'll be a little bit annoyed at themselves there.
it's a good shot, low value.
It's a lot of risk there for a single, but Sheehan moves on to 5. Mr. Meta sitting on 30 off 51 ballons.
Taking his time, Jack.
As he gets back, and it's a little thick edge down there, and that's going to run away for 4.
Yeah, not in control of that. Not the best shot he's played today, but 4 runs all the same.
Yeah,
2 slips.
He'll be happy to find the bounce there.
Hasn't been Nomads day. Some chances not going to hand. 2 chances not going to hand that over. Ramblers marching on. 83 for 2.
For 3.
Sorry, for 3. And they need another 26.
Yeah, 26 needed off.
90 balls.
90 balls.
Absolutely cruising.
And that period of pressure, that slight period of pressure there after drink seems to have died down a little bit for the Nomads.
Just like that.
As every boundary sees that, just get a little bit quieter in the field there. They're trying to battle on. Stranger things have happened.
Second slip is out. It's first slip in a gully now.
Yeah. It's quite a good ball that from Mr. Brown. Sheehan going back to it. Probably a little bit half and half between going back and going forward there.
Still a very attacking field, trying to drive the singles. I think everyone's in the circle actually. Have they got a boundary rider? I can see one. There's someone sitting on the fence. I'm not sure if he's a Rambler or Nomad. I think everyone's in the circle, yeah.
Yeah, they're just ringing it. That's not the shot to play for Sheehan. He'll be annoyed at that. Hasn't got up. He's got back and tried to cut it. Played
I
a
think
miss through Mr. Floyd.
Sheehan sees the empty outfield and wants to get the ball through the infield. Rupert's running into second slip now. There we go. 2 slips in a gully.
Oh, he's just filling a place there. He'll be able to catch a cold in there.
He scored runs today, Rupert. He's having a great day. Straight into his hands. Popped it to mid-off. The
Sheehan.
pressure works. Sheehan. Again, the temptation. No one on the outfield. Everyone in the circle thinks he can clear the rope. But couldn't clear mid-off. Straight into his hands. Catching practice.
Yeah, Sheehan will be very disappointed with that. He's plinked one straight into mid-off there. He was just getting going as well, 5 or 14 balls, but it was more or less a half volley. It looks like he didn't really need to play that shot. And what could have been a resounding 10-wicket victory is he's getting a little bit closer, still 4 down as Rory strides to the crease.
He's still got Rory Keynes. He's got 150 in the last Derby match. Man's in form. It's a ridiculously deep batting lineup.
And this is a great time for Rory to come in. He really is a good, good stroke player, but also he's a very calm-headed and very composed man. He's been here before and done it, so
Captain of cricket himself, Mr. Rory Keynes.
he'll be looking to get this one done, get in the bar for some food after, no doubt.
It's 3:58, closing in at 4 p.m. The shadows are setting. We did start a bit earlier today to avoid bad light. Will not be a concern at this rate. Over rate has been good as well. Teams have been quick to the overs. Helps when you bowl 21 overs of spin and
Exactly.
first innings. It's been good today. It's been a good game of cricket. The Nomads making a fight out of this though. 83 for 4. Not giving up yet. Still keeping everyone in the circle. That's the right move. I like Connor's aggression.
Yeah, they have to try and attack there. They've also got a catch and cover in there.
Yeah.
A couple of slips, a gully.
Only way they win this is by taking wickets. They know that. The only way they make it close is by taking wickets.
Exactly.
Cutting off the singles. So they. But again, the opportunity here for the Ramblers. Go bang bang, get a few boundaries, close it up.
Browns into Rory for his first ball. Rory forward, strides forward, hits one to mid on. He's going to run through for a pretty comfortable single in the end, I'd say.
Yeah, comfortable in the end, well judged. Fielder was a bit wide, a bit deep.
Yeah, Rory off the mark.
Well, lefties in his Ramblers lineup too. One of there's another off spinner the Nomads could have drafted. And Keshav was a good pick given all the lefties in the squad, but they haven't. They've missed a second spin option. Toss has scored well, but they've missed that second spinner. Toby Brown though, 2 for 7. Was it 2 for 11? Which scorecard am I looking at? 2 for 7. 2 for 7 is correct.
Yeah, 2 for 7 off 3.4 overs is pretty tidy for Toby as the guys look to get over, as the Ramblers look to get over the line here.
Bang!
There's no one there, and Mr. Metters is going to swipe that across to deep mid wicket for 4.
That's what we're talking about. There's opportunities here for boundaries. It was in the slot. It was a slow ball. Jack picked it up and went bang. 4 runs.
There you go. As Mr. Metters moves on to 38. 53 balls.
Into the straight to point, cut straight to point. Keshav, young Keshav feels that might be worth now with 2 lefties coming in, and the sense that Rory and Jack want to get this game moving to bring Keshav back on. I think Connor's doing exactly that. Get the young offie into the 2 left-handers, entice them to have a go, and might produce another wicket. Keep this game alive.
As you say though, the Nomads are probably just one spinner too short today. It's definitely a wicket for spin. You saw Tom Hicks bowl pretty well in the first innings, and even the likes of Stu bowling relatively medium, slow to medium pace, I'm going to call it. He bowled top class there, but getting it to do a bit nice control from an experienced off spinner will go a long way in an innings like this, I think.
Mayur got the ball to rag. Big turners.
Ma's a cracking bowler when he gets it, when he finds his area and gets into his rhythm. He gets lovely revs on it. He gets a lot of bounce on it as well.
Yes, a lot of overspin.
And it's not the easiest to keep to actually, but no, when he finds his areas, he's bang on the money.
It's good to have the luxury of spin. You even had Shihan up your sleeve who didn't need to bowl, can bowl spin. So you have a lot of options in that team. Nomads might be thinking about that as the season moves on, because in Hong Kong, I think spin's a wild part for most club teams in Hong Kong, because play on a lot of wearing wickets, especially when the weather gets warmer. Here's Keshav. That turned off back up a length. Rory's quickly through for a single.
Keshav is getting turned, he just needs to really get it up there. At the moment he's just having a tendency to drop it a little bit too short.
I think he's just 15 or 16 years old, so he's got the good fundamentals of an off spinner. His action looks very nice. He's got a good follow through really straight. He's got a leg slip in place and a slip and a catch and cover. Again, no one out deep. So, there's a deep. I think they've got someone out there in deep square leg patrolling the boundary. What a ball! What a ball!
Big appeal from the Nomads.
That's worth looking at the replay. I think perhaps hit him a touch high. While we wait watch our live streams, Keshav's quickly back to the top of his mark. So if you're watching live, just quickly press rewind and take a look at that. As Keshav runs in the ball now. And big turn.
Watching it back, I think that may have just been sliding down, going on
Sliding
behind.
down. Perhaps. Keshav in again. And a lot of turn. You can see Jack.
Mr. Meadows gets back and cuts that one through cover for 4.
Speaks of the power of Jack Meadows. He had his feet set, had to reach for the ball, threw his hands at it. Aryan, perhaps the cover could have stopped that, but it just couldn't get the dive down in time, and it's gone through for 4. So another boundary. 93 the score now. I say that questioningly because I've got 2 different scoreboards in front of me, so I'm just guessing it's 93 right now.
Yeah, 16 to win for the Gap Ramblers as Keshav comes in again. Drops it a little bit short.
Yeah,
Mr.
again,
Meta's punched it to Iron there at cover.
he's getting turn. He just needs to get a little bit fuller than that. That'll be the second last ball to over. Yeah, one ball to come. So he's got a chance still here to get a wicket. He knows Jack's going after him. Just push it a bit fuller.
That's it. That's not a bad ball.
That's not a bad ball. It's a bit of width and it bounced. And Jack rode the bounce. Great cut shot for more.
Just 12 to win now for the Gap Ramblers, and look like a bit of a risk bringing Keshav on, but it's great experience for him. He looks like he's very promising coming forward. He's got a great action. He's got great revs on the ball. He's getting to turn out there. He's not phased by moving into the Nomads today, and good on him because he's bowled a few nice deliveries out there, and he's bowled quite a few overs as well actually.
5 overs for 36. Economy rate doesn't do him justice. He's bowled a bit better than the numbers suggest. A bit raw, of course. A couple of bad balls in there, but some promise there. Didn't have much scoreboard pressure to work with. Fairly attacking fields, so it's bound to be a little bit expensive.
Mr. Brown's back onto bowl from the road end. Just 12 to win now for the Ramblers. From 13 overs, sorry.
2 slips gully. No one out deep. How's Rory going to play this?
Mr. Brown's in. It's nice and full. Rory gets back and punches it. George at cover.
A lot of excitement for a perfectly middle forward defence.
Yeah, Mr. Hickey's liking that one at first slip.
I think it stayed a touch slow. Kind of hurried Rory on a bit. Down leg, off the pad. They're going to run the leg by. Another run to the tally.
I've got to credit to the ground staff as well because the deck's been fantastic today. There's been a little bit in it for the spinners. It's been nice and flat off the seamers. It's been behaving really well. The outfield's nice and sharp as well. It really has been a top class day.
Peter and his team have been wonderful. This is probably the last game for a while on the pitch, but tomorrow, of course, a pitch 1. Then we move to pitch 3 for the Hancock Shield.
Oh, that's a good shot by Mr. Met as he pulls that off his hips. To deep mid wicket for 4. Mr. Brown walks back to his markers. Mr. Metters brings up his 50.
Well batted by Jack Metters. That's a fantastic 50 for him. It's taken 60 deliveries. He actually caught up there towards the end of this innings. It was going a bit slow, but now he's closed the gap. You know, depending which scorecard you're looking at, one of them has him on 48.
He's on 50. He's on 50 now. He'll definitely have some apologising to do to his fellow opener, though, I say. As he gets back and tries to pull it again. And there's no one fielding there, and Jack will amble through half the way down the wicket to meet Mr. Rory there, but it's another nice shot from Mr. Meadows as he moves on to 54 of 61 balls. He's catching up to his 100 strike rate now, somehow.
He's only got 3 left to win, so...
There we go. On that note, I'm gonna leave commentary duties to go over and celebrate with the guys, I think.
Enjoy, congratulations. Good job and a good win there.
Thank you very much.
As we enter the last few minutes of the game, and oh, what a way to win it. Inside edge, past leg stump. It's just not been Nomads Day, and I think that sort of sums it up. Great day of cricket out here at HKCC, 4 p.m, and we have a victor. The Gap Ramblers getting home by 6 wickets. 50 for Jack Metters. And I'll run you through the batting scorecard in a bit. I mean, there's not much else to say. Jack Dowling here with us in commentary, 26 of 33. The opening pair basically broke the back of the chase with a 50-run opening partnership, which is more than half the score, 56-run opening partnership. And it's just been easy from there. Jack Metters carrying his bat through to see his team home. Bowling-wise for the Nomads, Toby Brown, 2 wickets, bowled quite well. Dan Crowther bowled quite well, 1 for 18. And we saw a few good spells from Akash Shah, Daniel Klein, and young Keshav Mathur. But the Nomads beaten comfortably. The Gap Ramblers do it easy. The Derby Day victory goes to the Ramblers. Thank you all for listening and watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you again tomorrow for the Wanderers versus the Scorpions. Enjoy.